Okay, so there's that.
Maybe Sabia.
Pardon me while I'm an old man here, and it's oh my goodness, it's like a Thinkers with Bob. That's what it is. So let's see.
Sorry,
here.
I could leave.
No. Please stay. Please stay.
Thinkers and Bob.
Thinkers and Bob. No, that's
Is
the
that
movie.
is that a sick
Jer,
dog or a dog?
Jer, hush. That is like an 80-year-old dog, is what that is.
Yeah.
We got him at 8 years old, many years ago from the pound because nobody would take him. He was biting everybody, and they lied to us. They put a little SpongeBob bow tie on him and said he loved kids.
They lied to us.
They lied to us, you know.
Nobody could hate kids if they have a bow tie.
You know, they put this whole thing up on his application thing at the shelter that said he was wonderful. He did this, he's that, and he's so lovable. And I went down there and I looked at the dog, and he had taken over the pound. This little Chihuahua had taken over his little square block. You know, he was thug life, and all of the other dogs were afraid of him. But there he was with this little bow tie on, you know, and he was cute and adorable. And I said, well, I'm going to take him home to, I'm going to take him home, and then we'll see how the kids react to him. And they were like, oh, you should have brought the kids because we're not allowed to send them home like that. You didn't tell us anything about the kids when you called and started the application. I said, well, you didn't tell me he bites when you when you had me come over.
Okay. So
I
neither
guess
of our hands are clean.
I guess we're both wrong. And so they're like, well, you kind of got me there. And I guess they must have been like some sort of legal thing that they let me take him. And I brought him home, and he loved the kids, sort of.
Oh, wow.
And then I went back and I finished the paperwork up and did my donation, and he stayed with us. It took us 2 years to convince him he had a forever home. That when I say it took us 2 years to convince him, he stopped biting us after 2 years.
Oh,
He has a different way of showing love.
Yeah.
My first dog was from the pound, the Humane Society specifically, and she was from, like, her original owner was an older lady that did not really take care of her well. So she had a bit of issues too, but she warmed up. And it was funny because, like, she warmed up to our rats that we had at the time, and would let one of the rats specifically ride on her back, like an elephant or something, right on the back.
You're talking about pet rats, though, right?
Yes.
You're
Pet
not
rats.
like New York style.
No.
Just hanging out in the kitchen.
No. Yeah, these were rats we got from the pet store.
Oh.
Let me do this real quick, and then we'll come right back to this conversation about rats and dogs.
Play it on screen.
Let's talk about is out to making money, lightning round. What's new to DVD? Vox Machina season 3, The Boys season 4 for you and me. Wrestling show recap you didn't see. Alamo Draft House bought by Sony. It's Super Sunday, wrap up Sunday. That's what are we talking about? From the Big Easy, news gets even breezy. We got the lowdown, the latest and the bold. Where the trumpets and trombones rule the night. In this jazzy city, everything's alright. It's Super Sunday.
I've got one that can see.
Sunday.
Yeah. Love that kitty
incredible.
intro.
The intro. Kitty, you have now become a permanent fixture in our intro.
I love it.
For the past 2 weeks, you've reacted to different forms of wrestling.
Yes, I will continue to find crazy wrestling and horrible injury clips for her to react to.
Well,
might
the
just
last
use
one
one
that said like Sunday really sounded like Bob for some reason. It seems like he's got a place in there as well.
Yeah, I convinced him to do that at the bar karaoke night last night is what he did.
Yeah.
We just recorded it on our phones. So that's Jaded. Good
Hey.
morning, sir. How are you? Glad you could join us.
I had to take a little bit of a breather. I was in the middle of making a video about something in regards to the fact that people are asking for George Lucas to come back to save the Star Wars IP. So I have to make a video explaining what a stupid ass idea that is. But
That's a terrible idea.
It's not only futile because he's not going to do it. He can't do it. But even if he was brought on and was given full creative control, we would not end up with better stories. They may be less political, but they wouldn't be better written.
Well, we might get the next version of midichlorians.
True. From what I understand, he wanted to do a lot more with the with some kind of mycelial network for the Force. He wanted to go in a more sci-fi direction with things and less spiritual fantasy-esque direction.
maybe he'll finish the Ewok trilogy he started in '84.
The Ewoks trilogy, man. Headbands and side ponytails return to sci-fi.
There were the two Ewok movies, so if there was a third, we would have 4 Star Wars trilogies.
Yeah. But they filmed those two back to back because the kids were going to grow up so quickly, so they filmed them almost in tandem, so that they could get them done while the kids were still cute. And
I just feel like you can't do a third one without Wilford Brimley. So I don't know what they're going to do.
Oh, don't remind me. Oh, he will be missed.
it would be weird if it turned out that the Force was diabetes.
Diabetic or diabetes?
Diabetes.
I would laugh if they actually get George Lucas back, and the first thing he does is he remakes the Star Wars Holiday Special.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do that specifically. I doubt, but that would be funny.
George Lucas, for years after that special aired, he actually denied it existed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, I would too. I would
but-
too.
He literally claimed that it was an urban legend, that there was no such thing as the holiday.
It's the Nelson Mandela effect.
Yeah, Mandela effect.
That's
So,
why. That's one of the reasons why it has no copyright on it. Nobody owns it.
Yeah, you have to
You
have.
disowned it?
Enough. I have a
didn't know
4th
that.
bootleg of it. That's about it.
I could have sworn Nelson Mandela died in prison
Yeah.
until he was released. I remember.
Yeah.
Became
I remember
president
the
several
news
years.
articles about his death in prison and how
Yeah,
he died there, and they were. It seemed to me like there was a funeral for him,
Yep.
and then he was released from prison years later. And I kind of think that was one of these psyop kind of things. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on, by the way. I have no proof of any of this.
Yeah,
Just
man.
sheer speculation. I gotta
Mhm.
put that out there, but it's like maybe they thought nobody would notice. we can't hold him in this hole forever, and so we just kind of let him go. And he went out and did TV, and
Maybe they cloned him.
somebody said no, that was all in your mind. He didn't really. None of that's true. Let's wipe this off the internet. Yeah, So who knows? Who knows? What's
Come here and calm down and redo it, and hopefully be a little bit calmer.
Oh, is Lucifer taking a shot at one of us? I think Kitty
Possibly.
is he taking
No,
a shot at
and-
you?
Usually it's my eyebrows. Lucifer is
Two caterpillars on
No.
your
it will be my feet. If there's insulting feet, it'll be my feet. But eyebrows, I think he's going for
Hold on. I think Lucifer means those 2 caterpillars on your forehead.
I mean mine, yes, but that's usual. He knows that one.
Al, make me a big band jazzy intro to my show. I do. I have AI make me a big band one every single week there, Lucifer. Go back and look at the past live streams, and you'll hear the you'll hear AI singing words that resemble what the show is going to look like. So AI can be useful for poor streamers, but once I start getting subscribers, I'm going to have to start paying people to actually do that weekly, which is, if you're in a band, have all your friends subscribe so that I can hire you.
No,
We'll
keep
make-
it small so we can actually read chat.
Yeah.
We'll be one of them shows where everything is going on and we've got a producer in the back and, you're not dealing with an old man. You've got like this scrolling stuff on the side, but until then, all we've got is a wheel.
A wheel.
A wheel, the wheel of topics.
The best wheel ever.
Let me make sure that looks like that. And yes, the wheel gets an AI intro too.
Wheel of topics for today. Wheel of topics here to stay. Wheel of topics make my day. Wheel of topics Super Sunday. Now it's time to spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Well, hold on. Is there like an 80 cent option on this thing?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
You can make
anything.
It typed in 80 cent possibilities.
yeah, I did. I did Eurotrash is what I typed in actually.
Yeah, it fits.
Same thing.
So yeah, let's.
I hear it.
We only do the Wheel of Topics intro one time. That's all we need it for. We're not gonna kill anybody by just doing that every time we spin the wheel, because that would just, if we had a donation feature, I would like every time somebody donates, we skip the wheel, the wheel intro. But let's see what our first topic is going to be.
Shit, here we go.
Not going to be George Lucas, but
promo.
Nudity.
what's new to DVD? Let's see here.
What's new on DVD? What's new on DVD? What's new? What's new? What's new on DVD? What's on DVD?
Every week we talk about DVD. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, is there like a walk like an Egyptian option? Not AI too?
Yeah, that was,
was the
80s
Bengals
girl
option.
band. 80s girl band is what that was.
Girl band option.
So there's it's not like a drop down menu. You just kind of type in what you want,
Oh, okay, I see.
and then it gives you what they think you mean by it. So it's very much you're kind of at the mercy of what's going on. So and they give you options, and you keep rolling the dice like you're spinning the wheel here. And when it lands on something you like, then you stop it. So,
Yes.
So every week we talk about what's new on DVD so that you can build your digital collection at home legally. And because we do lose more and more streaming services, and the cloud winds up being too expensive for businesses to go on. And so everything that you've subscribed to or purchased digitally online could at any moment disappear. So if you want to keep your movies, it's good to go out to DVD and pick out the ones you like.
But then you have to worry about disc rot.
Yeah, that's right.
True.
Well, you make your own digital copy of it.
Yes.
Your legal copy of it, and now you've got your own personal NAS or personal cloud, and you do that. But out this week is Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire, The Boys in the Boat, which is the story of how
Boys
Olympics-
went in a boat.
the American Olympic rowing team embarrassed Hitler. No, not Jesse Owens. It was these guys, white guys in a boat. Monkey Man is out also on DVD if you want to look at the Pakistani John Wick.
It's Dev Patel's directorial debut as well.
Oh,
pretty
man.
good. It was a pretty good film.
Well, okay. Bob, we know what Bob's getting at the Red Box.
Yeah. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
steal that
purchasing legally at the Walgreens.
Walgreens.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Slam
Wow,
dunk.
that one seems so much more recent than these others, but okay,
It does,
I'm
but
excited to see it.
I don't think it was.
I don't know how I missed that one.
I didn't think it was that good.
Yeah,
Henry
you know,
Cavill, though. Come on, you got Reacher
That's-
and Cavill
That's
in one
that's
film.
why I watched it for those two guys specifically, and it was I don't
was
know.
there not enough testosterone in that film for you, Bob? Because it
I-
seems like there would be just a
Like,
whole lot of it.
Like I don't know. It just didn't hit the
Henry
mark.
Cavill
It
is
seemed
enough
like
for everyone.
yeah.
Was
like,
it
I
a
mean,
valiant effort at least? I haven't seen it.
like, I don't know. It seemed very try-hardish to me. Like the
And it-
dialogue seemed just so forced. I don't know. It just
Maybe they just phoned it in. You know, who knows? But the first
Okay, but-
slam dunk apparently is changing history.
Ooh.
I don't think any of those guys ever did the first slam dunk. Although
Huh.
maybe not. Maybe not. They were the first basketball players. The popular ones were Jewish back in the early days of basketball.
Yeah, but isn't it like was it the first Slam Dunk movie? Isn't because Slam Dunk is a series, isn't it?
I have no idea. I could be completely wrong about it, everything about this movie. I haven't looked.
The
it up.
first slam dunk is actually the sixth slam dunk movie. It goes like the Purge.
Oh yeah,
I'm being completely facetious.
Yeah, it makes sense. Though.
Really, you, Charles?
Speaking of complete fiction, Ancient Aliens is also season 19 is out.
hell yeah.
Lights out, and whatever Uproar is. Maybe they closed the buffet. Who knows? I didn't. I don't. I make so many rude comments, but that's what's up on DVDs. You guys got any favorites? Besides Bob,
Blu-rays.
Blu-rays are my favorites. Yes, we switched to 4Ks, and those look nice.
So-
but, you know,
So, just looking up real quick, they made 4 Slam Dunk movies. They are older, right? And so, like mid 90s, and
So then Charles was right.
this is
So-
so
Getting the
basically
forever Slam
there's like 4 Slam Dunk movies, not that, but it's close for a guess. It's close, and that was the first one.
it's a new thing, like these Quiet Place movies, where you're just doing prequel after prequel after prequel until you finally tell the story memento style backwards. You know,
I would think you could tell everything you need to tell about
Beginning.
the first slam dunk in one movie without needing 3 subsequent sequels after that. But that's cool, I guess.
Well, I think you could say all you need to say about the alien abduction things in one season, but that got carried over into 19. So,
Yeah, but Ancient Aliens is cool, man. Aliens.
oh, ancient aliens, because the modern day aliens are so boring.
They are. They don't do shit anymore. Just fly around.
They left us, the ancient aliens. They're like, oh god,
was it?
yes.
well, they didn't
I
have
like
their
When was the
papers.
last time they built a pyramid?
Forget what they're called, but I like the
I think it's called the Luxor.
how they have them
Las
in
Vegas?
in no with
Hello?
so sorry what do you call it the in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy they have aliens who they're basically just drunk frat boys, and they go around cow tipping and buzzing Earth.
Buzzers, or what are they called? Yeah, they just buzz. Yeah, they're spoiled rich kids who just go to Earth, find the most unpopulated area, buzz the guys, go ooga booga booga or whatever, do beep noises, and then leave.
Yeah. And then that's where we get our myths of our understanding of aliens from is basically just the pranksters.
Oh.
Well, they're more like what are they called? The kids that live off of their parents'
Trust
fortune.
fund babies.
Yeah, so basically, aliens are really just spoiled trust fund babies.
I'm with that. It makes sense.
I don't know a whole lot about ancient aliens because I wasn't alive. I am old, but we were not that old, But I think ancient aliens were crossing borders illegally. Is what I think what's happening.
That's the whole idea, yeah.
I think we exhausted that topic.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel.
So wait, it's time for the wheel again?
It is.
Let's go promo time.
Well, I tell you what, let's do this real quick. For a while there, I started posting links to the articles I was using because I didn't want to be accused of using different sources that were not credible, for the different articles that I read up on the screen. So,
cares?
well, who cares?
Yep.
YouTube cares what links you put in the description because I got slapped for spreading spam.
What?
That's right. According to YouTube, and they
and
removed the
change
link.
the link afterwards. You get struck for it too. I know there's a couple creators who got that. So yeah, they're kind of incentivizing you to not post links.
Look at that. I was slapped by YouTube for posting the totally irreputable spam latent MSN.
Yeah.
Okay, so how were you wrong? How were they wrong? If it's not
I'm not
saying it's spam, what are you doing?
You know what? I'm not saying they're right or they're wrong. I'm just saying it was. I thought it was a reputable source, but if it's not, then I guess I was wrong in doing that.
He's just warning us that not to use that MSN is not a reputable source, guys. That's
yes.
all.
So that's what YouTube says. So I'm going
Education.
to stop posting the links in the for the articles. You can find them yourselves as we get to them. Someone want to pronounce that name for me?
Zero fucks.
Yeah, that's Zero
There we
Fucks.
go. Zero fucks. Okay.
He's got none of them.
None
He
to give.
excuse me. Her putting the links in the description devalues you in the algo too because it means click off the site.
Mhm.
Well.
Same thing with Twitter. They're trying that.
And Gray
That's
says it
fine.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if he can't get a word in edgewise, he will go to the chat there. And
That's how I'm going.
speaking of going to the chat, we have a new guest panelist today.
What's
Please,
his
everybody,
name?
welcome Biggerford. Enzo, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me. I actually thought it was starting at 10:30, so my bad.
No, that's okay. That's okay. People show up when they can. They stay as long as they can. Sometimes, and we're going to have this happen today. I guarantee it because we're going so long. People are going to dip, when they got to go, and that's fine because everybody's here voluntarily, and we're just happy to have everybody here. So, this is going to be your first experience with the wheel. We're going to choose what we talk about by spinning the wheel of topics.
Holy shit, Enzo, I didn't know you were this old a guy. I didn't know you were this old.
Yes, I am.
Oh man. Old man in the house.
Thanks,
Yes.
Jaden. Appreciate it.
Hey, 76, glad to have you.
Hey, good morning.
We got a full
Great.
house. Look at that. Bob is excited to see you.
No.
My arch nemesis.
Let's see what we're talking about today.
Come on, promo time.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Just what Lucifer wanted to talk about.
Boys season 4. We got the boys season 4, and that's going to be a little bit of a topic there that some people agree with, some people don't agree with, but
Yeah.
It exists.
it exists. And this is what happens when I have to change the screen.
Let's talk about the latest show. Did you watch it? I need to know. Did you love it or was it no? We can agree to disagree, bro. Some people love it. Those are the freaky. Some people don't. Those are the tightless people. We can agree to disagree unless you don't agree with me, bro. Oh, let's talk about the latest show.
Look at
Oh my
you
God,
with
I
the
love that.
reggae vibe.
Yeah,
I love that
jam.
so much. I love the
That is
lyrics.
the
I love
jam.
everything about that. I want that. That is mine.
Well, when we did the Acolyte last week, the lyrics were just a little bit different,
Oh, it's a Tatas.
but it's the same vibe. So,
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think we got a clip of the show. If you want to look at that real quick, we'll look at this clip.
Listen, right, I've got a lot to say. Fuck all time to say it. I've got a lorry out back. I can get you out of here.
What are you talking about?
I know you're angry with me, and you've got every right to be. But you know how dangerous Homelander is.
He's my dad.
Right, he murdered some poor sod right in front of your eyes.
That guy was a pedophile.
Right, it ain't true. He's lying to you. Let me take you to Grace, all right? And then you don't got to see me no more. Please, I'm begging you. It's what your mum would want.
No means no, William. This isn't the Neverland Ranch. Don't worry. Nothing bad's gonna happen, right? Oh. It seems it already has. Look at that big black mass curdling around your brain. What do you got, 6 months? Less? It's too bad. We're not gonna have that last dance together. I'll miss us.
Bloody hell. You wait to your own voice, don't you?
That's a spirit, champ. Son. Come on. I do not want to miss Smash Mouth.
Can miss
What a
Smash
wonderful family drama.
Mouth. Yeah.
So this season of The Boys is supposed to be a little more gory, a little
More?
a little more, yeah, and they're a little more political than they have been in how they address the opposing factions. So, you guys watch any of this show?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm caught up on it. The previous seasons were pretty damn political, though. Like, it's kind of an element in this show.
Yeah.
There is kind of a big election that's going on. That's been kind of the last few seasons have definitely held on this thing. It's kind of going to decide the fate of the soup, so to speak. So I don't know. It seems like it's just inherently political, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's always been that way.
Exactly.
What I've heard is that it's leaning a certain political way more than it did before. Before it seemed to bring both.
I mean,
Yeah, Charles?
I'm not getting that. I haven't watched the 4th episode yet, but out of the 3 I'm getting, I'm not seeing. I don't know. I don't. I've enjoyed it. I haven't really seen it lean one way or the other. I think it's poking fun at both sides, really.
I kind of get the feeling that the public identity of Homelander is coming off a little Trumpy, if you will.
Yeah, they're trying to, but for not to spoil it or anything, they really kind of go into his backstory. They really kind of make you empathize, if you will, not like understand him and agree with him, but you kind of understand more of where he's coming from. I don't know if they're going into like he is Trump and Trump is evil. I don't know why they're humanizing him or making it like understandable why he would have his current predilections, if you will. So I don't know. I think a lot of people are overblowing it. They did do a few things like the vote has to be done by January 6th. And there was like a couple other things in the first 3 that they released. But I don't know. I felt like they did the same thing with X-Men 97 where they were saying like, don't you see, like they're saying this is exactly the same as January 6th. If you really want to read into it, like, okay, it could be, but
Isn't that always the date that they count the votes, though?
I believe so.
That's when they ratify
on that
the,
yeah.
That's about the time period they ratify the vote.
Yeah.
And so
I think that date's been important since the most recent time. So
yeah, I mean,
okay.
So unless it's a weekend, then they change the date.
Corrected.
But yeah, I mean, the vote happens in November, and then everybody gets their ducks in order. I think when the Clintons lost, they wound up trashing the White House and tearing up all the equipment and stealing things and then just leaving it a complete mess, which was absolutely hilarious at the time. They did. They it's like they didn't
Like
care about the
shitty
security
attendants.
deposit, you know.
Yeah.
That's what it
Like,
was.
Well, and to like add insult to injury, they took the W's off all the keyboards apparently.
Yeah. So they
Talk
couldn't
about
tell
being
whether
fucking
the
petty.
if you're writing any kind of internal memo, you don't know if it was the first George or the second George because they took the W's off of it. So
Plus, it's to ho it may concern.
yeah,
How?
To hum.
Muhammad may concern. Yeah, you know, and the way we're laughing about politics right now, you know, the boys should be funnier.
Mm.
I think it's pretty funny, and I think people are too sensitive. I think they do poke fun at everybody, but people just want to take, you know, all the politics and Trump stuff. But man, the show was really good. I enjoy it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been
good
enjoying it.
so
so
far.
I'm one
far.
of those rare people that never watch The Boys. I never. I don't like it as
You
a
should do
concept.
yourself a favor.
No. Not as a.
You want to see
not-
people
like, I
explode
don't
from the
think-
inside out?
I don't think that it shouldn't exist, but it's not something I want to consume because I'm sick and tired of superheroes being like everyone feels like they have to give the dark gritty version of a superhero, and I just want to go back to when superheroes were just good.
Well, I think the issue is
This is not that.
Yeah,
I think
this is definitely not that.
them as superheroes. They're not. They're just simply characters with superpower.
Yes.
Indeed,
they're people.
I'm
They're just
tired of
people.
that. It's fine. Other people can like it, you know.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
kind of more just people that their parents shot up with drugs. So
Yeah.
it's different.
In a
it's
sense, it's
not
a
a Zack
reflection
Snyder
of
film. It's okay.
in essence, what the Boys does better than anybody else is places a mirror on society and reflects back on us
Yeah.
the things that we would wind up doing. You know, because if you see what people are doing with AI, some of us are making music, and others of us out there are using AI for nefarious purposes and deranged predilections, if you will. And that's kind of what The Boys is doing. When you see a shrinking person walk into a penis and then explode it, that's
amazing.
that's using the superpowers for pleasure. And then they had that whole orgy episode, superpower orgy.
You
So
have to I'm just saying you have to have the opposite of that. You don't really have these characters doing heroic deeds. You don't really have. There's not really anything about this show in which any of these characters are being good guys in any way. So to say that it's a reflection of how it works, it's like no, it's just like replace these characters with superpowers as if they were just gladiators, and you're just living in a world where gladiators can do whatever they want and that they can just do what they want. There's really I don't really understand how people are saying there's a message in this show. There really isn't.
You don't think a message of power corrupting
and how they get about doing it.
In a story, you need to have flaws in your characters.
Yeah, but you also need to have heroic aspects as well. Otherwise, there's nothing to draw upon.
Yeah,
and
but the point is that they're not heroes, though. That's the point. They're just people.
Right. So I'm saying it's literally a show. It's like that Seinfeld show. It's a show about a bunch of narcissistic New Yorkers, right?
I'm offended.
Yes, but they sold it as a show about nothing.
Fair enough.
Right? But it's trying to establish. It's trying to establish that it's a show about these regular people and that and their lives and stuff. It's like no, they're all a bunch of assholes. It's the same thing with The Boys. Everybody's an asshole.
Yeah, but that kind of reflects. That kind of reflects, and I'll let you go here, Enzo, in a second. I think it really reflects what we view the power elite as. If you look at what the boys do and how they're doing it, they put themselves off as the good guys, the heroes, but then there are all of these depraved sickos who are just after their own means, and that's how we wind up looking at the elites and the Hollywood elite and the other political elites and just the people with money. Biggerford, go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, to be fair, like if you gave real people power, there are some people that would act just like Homelander and them, feel like they're better than everybody. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about the show, is that, you know, it shows that these people have flaws and that they're not always good. And if you gave someone who's not good power, how they would react. I like that.
But at the same time, you're having it that the public is just accepting it no matter what anyway.
Because people look at Twitter. People today would absolutely accept that shit if that was going on today. 100% you would have people on one side accepting it and people on another side not. Just as the show is depicted.
People not accepting it.
They're literally, have you watched this season? There's a whole group of people not accepting it. There's literally two factions in these
And there's
episodes.
not much they can do against him.
Yeah, like what would you do against Superman if he was here being a complete fucking asshole? What are you going to do? Please stop? Don't?
I would.
Okay.
No tests.
Did you guys not see the Justice League animated show? Create something like Cadmus?
Yeah, but are you like okay? Like, yeah, but there is no kid. Like, so this is like this is under the guise of a corporate flag, though. Like that they're run by a corporate, they're owned by a corporation. So there is no Cadmus. They work with the government. There's nothing. You can't do anything.
Like Cadmus did.
No, not like that. No.
Why?
It's not like that. Because this isn't DC. This is the boys. It's supposed to be different.
If you're going to establish that element, you have to incorporate it. But they're not incorporating it. They're using it as a backdrop. That's my point.
I think we're having a very weird misunderstanding here of the concept of what this show is, I feel like, and what it's about. Like, if you're looking at like a Cadmus point of view, that's like what I guess what the boys are. That's what that little small group of 5 people, that's your little makeshift Cadmus there. So yeah, that's their. There you go. That they have that. I guess,
yeah.
Jada, do you like the show?
Do I like the show? I enjoy the show because I enjoy watching all the stupid in it. But other than that,
okay.
I mean,
what's
the show
stupid about the show?
It's all.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking literally.
It's the things that. Okay, let me rephrase it. It's the things that I see when I watch the show that make me laugh because it just doesn't make sense.
So I asked because Jada, you guys have been with Jada. He don't like nothing, right? So when I hear him say he likes it, I'm like, really? Okay. So I just wanted to make sure.
No, as I said, I read the comic, and the most fascinating aspect for me of the show is just like, okay, it's going in its own direction. Let me see what it's going to do. And it's more of where are they taking this? Like, there's the original comic and there's weird comic a long time ago, and I'm kind of curious where they're going with it, and I want to see how it kind of pans out.
I got you.
Like, if it was faithful to the comic, I really wouldn't watch it as much because I already know what the story is. So the fact that it's weird, I'm like, oh, okay. Let's just see what you're going to be doing with Homelander. And at the same time, I'm going, and you guys initially, a problem that most shows have when they've gone beyond their story is, how do we invent stuff to keep this show interesting? And then it's like, I wouldn't say the show has fallen off yet, but I'm kind of like waiting for it to fall off to see what happens, so to speak. It's more of a watching a train wreck, waiting for the train wreck to happen.
Well, I don't think there's going to be much of a train wreck that's going to happen because they're only going to go about 5 seasons. So after this, they're going to wrap everything up, and they're probably going to get a lot crazier than they had been before. 76, we haven't heard from you on The Boys.
Oh, I don't watch the show. It's too gory for me.
Charles, so what's your opinion on The Boys?
I
believe you
I have
said it's
yet-
not gory enough for him.
I have not taken the latest season in yet.
There's not enough maniacal laughter.
Well, it's not like a prescription medicine. You haven't taken it in.
I'd like to watch in binge.
I see. Okay, so you're gonna wait till the show completely finishes airing everything, and then you're gonna watch it all at one time.
Yeah,
well, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
And I don't blame you, because this is one show that I wish they dropped it all at once so that I could binge watch it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you end up watching an episode and wanting more, and it's like, oh man, gotta wait till next week. But yeah, I definitely wish they would have dropped it all.
I couldn't imagine waiting week to week with Lost
Oh,
on.
I love it. I love it.
God, yeah.
Prolongs everything.
No, but that's what broadcast TV was built on, was week
Yeah.
to week and advertising, and you had shows like Lost where they could charge more per episode as it went on, and you could earn more and more money. It didn't matter how many viewers. I mean, it did to a certain extent because that's what the advertisers wanted, but the money they were making to pay these people millions of dollars per episode came from advertisers buying the space.
Yeah,
and it was more
Certainly
expensive
weren't
for those
investing
tweet
that money. They just weren't investing that money back into fake beards. It was really bad beard work on that show.
And true enough. You know, they blew it all on the smoke monster.
Ugh.
So, but I think we've gotten off that particular topic, and maybe we should go back to spinning the wheel unless somebody's got any final thoughts.
No, we're good.
Let's go.
To the wheel.
To the wheel. The wheel of topics. All right, here we go.
Yeah. Spinny, spin. Oh, shit.
Garnick's phone.
Woo! Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
What's going on?
indisposed.
Let me hide that real quick. All right, we ready to play a game, guys?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
If we must.
So much excitement about this.
I will type, but I won't. I'm busy trying to kill a monster at the moment.
I see. Okay.
Aren't we?
Time is it? It's game time! 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 What time is it?
All right.
Oh, that's gonna be in my head.
All right. How to play? Let me.
Who knew
start here.
Skynet was just going to be a music act?
For now.
Pretty cool.
All right. Let me get this into the private chat here so that those who wish to play will be able to play and join up. Why is that ad right there?
Because that's what ads do.
It's ridiculous. Here, we'll do that. We'll do this.
I don't have a Farcaster. I can't get out. No,
All right.
get out of here.
Great. Hey, there's 76. He's going to play too. So, what's one where Kitty can type and not have to worry about
Story.
drawing staying things?
Story.
It's all words and such.
Otherwise, don't change it for me. Just do
Yeah.
what you got to do, guys. Yeah.
We want you to feel involved.
I'll
Kitty.
feel involved. I'll watch.
How's this? For everything that you type, just type in the word cat. You'll be fine.
Okay. So, no, I think you guys should draw. I really do. I think it's an absolute travesty to have a Rosales stream and he gets to write instead of draw. Come on. I've still
I
got
would like to
kill
point
the
out that he's an
master over here.
author as well, so he would still get a flex.
Yeah.
This is
He
true.
would get a flex, but I want him to draw. I wanna
What's
see it.
exquisite corpse? That's a new one.
Yeah, it's all drawing. It's,
That one's all drawing.
New exquisite corpse. I love that one.
Yeah. So, in Exquisite Corpse, what you do is you draw a head, you draw a torso, you draw legs, and they mix and match. You know.
Okay, here's the problem with my drawing skills. You won't know whether it's a head, a torso, or a leg.
Well, That's what will make it interesting for us.
All right. So let's see.
I vote for story.
Me too.
No.
That's two.
But then your
That's
job,
two.
Miss Kitty.
Yeah.
She's busy
Some of
killing
us are
monsters.
artistically talented.
Yeah, I know. I'll
For someone who's not participating, they seem to be
I have a lot of say.
Yeah.
Oops, I accidentally made a decision.
Huzzah.
Start writing.
Right. And key to this one is like when you finish a sentence, start the next one and then ... so that it leads into the next person's thing.
Kind of try and control what the other person does.
Mind control?
50%
Something like
of the
that.
time passed. We
Ooh,
should
Gray,
have-
he's taking your job.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Well, you know, he's a little busy.
Wow.
So.
We've only got a quarter of the time remaining.
Oh, boy, he came in.
So much timekeeping.
Ouch. Oh, yeah. How am I supposed to kill anything with this music on? It's such a banger. Ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Dang it.
Oh, you mother! I mean. Smack! Ding, 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 ding. Guys, it's not my fault you're not coming along with me. It could all sound better. Ah!
No, 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 no.
Oh, what's it doing to you?
Oh, no.
Damn, I just got fired. Woo! I actually love this music with going next to like trying to murder a monster. Really works well.
You know, a lot of mass shooters have this playing in their head.
Oh, come on. Why you gotta
interesting.
go there?
Marvin Berry.
I didn't even know why I was supposed to do this.
Last one.
But your kids are gonna
Last
love
one coming.
Everybody end it. The end at the end. Oh my gosh. Keyword do I want?
The harmonies and everything. That was an AR. That one that do 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 do.
All right. So let's see here. We are done with that. We can do auto, manual. We'll let the voiceover read it this time.
Okay. We're
And
going to start at the beginning. We're not going to Tarantino this.
yeah, we're going to start at the beginning.
We're not going to Tarantino it. We're going to make it worth
Cat
watching.
was killing Mosters one day when
Mosters.
she saw a giant kitty cat.
That's literally what I'm hunting right now.
This cat
big
was
fire
violent. They went so far as to create it and ship it to the furthest part of the universe, where it would be found by a guy named Bob on planet Earth.
Okay.
Sometimes hiding isn't the best plan for things. Unless you hide it in Jade Fanboy's mouth. Which is not the
Jade
greatest
Fanboy.
hiding place due to the ranting.
Well, that was kind of weird.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Started off with monster hunters, and then inside Jaded's mouth.
Mouth. The maw of Jaded.
That's a great way. Let's see.
Interesting.
Let's see what
There once
Arthur-
was a fish who swam in the sea. They
They.
seen a hook and decided to tee. Cut off his hand and replace it with it. A big bag of dicks.
Wow.
Slapped her right in the face then. She turned around and beat the stuffing out of him.
No.
With the bag of
The
dicks.
stuffing extractor.
No.
The right tool for the job. A turkey carcass is usually best. The end at the end.
The end at the end. Nicely done.
I
Who
was
did
told to
That
put
was
that.
Charles.
Perfect.
Charles. I knew it was Charles who did that.
You were told to put the end at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Boys season 4 is worse than getting a pony for your b-day
Oh.
Oh.
is something
hated
Jade
that.
fanboy wanted all his life. So he put it on a shelf next his golf trophy when
I have a golf trophy.
the kids ran in and knocked it off the shelf. IT
Oopsie.
broke into a million pieces,
Oh no.
shocking the original owner
Original.
and everyone who was forced to watch this abomination.
That actually kind of rounds out.
Yes, quite the tragic story for Jaded again.
Except for his golf career. I mean, prestige.
I mean, yeah, the trophy can be broken. You still earned it. It's okay.
First, he's eating space cats, and now
Eating.
his previous, well, it wound up in his mouth, and now he, his golf
Now
trophy.
I lost the golf trophy I stole.
Yeah.
They can't take the achievement away.
Jade fanboy finally liked something. Unfortunately, the thing he liked was a bad person. He had it bad for baddies. He had a type.
Wow, this is coherent.
Half her head was shaved and was dyed pink. SH. Just like her dad's. All of them were bad examples of
Bad.
everything that is wrong with the world.
Michael Jackson. Bad.
Can be summed up in 2 words: the end.
In.
Everybody got to put the end in the end.
It works.
Rosales created an AI song so powerful that it broke the internet and the AI song bots took over,
Uh-oh.
transitioning into films next.
Uh-oh.
Just like Snyder did after his porn career Tang.
Tang.
That when Jade Fanboy took over.
Jade
It was a
fanboy.
delight. Much fun was had, but
Was
I
had.
prematurely blew my load in my pants.
Uh-oh.
Nobody knew until the movie let out.
Until the...
Yeah, quite a stutter there.
There once was a product of Lucasfilm
Oh, this could have been a limerick.
that Kathleen Kennedy just can't stop making things layman.
Gay.
They put a chick in it and made it gay. They then went the extra mile and made a coven of gay witch. Which is redundant, but whatever. He picked up his toys and left then suddenly.
Oh.
It rained and the earth was cleansed. The end.
Oh, that is how Star Wars will stop.
Yes, only the apocalypse will stop Lucasfilms.
The rapture will end it all.
Yes.
Once upon a time there was an angry
Badger.
bear who used a bunny as floss when
Oh,
The bunny has floss.
he picked a baby's arm out of his teeth
wow.
and used it as a tiny back scratcher as
Oh.
it could hit those. However, best thing to use in this case is actually a fork. But a knife cuts better. The knife was made with great skill. However,
Oh.
the use of it
However.
wasn't as the hospital bill showed.
All right, show of hands. Should I make this into a kid's picture book?
Yes.
I'm thinking so. Yes. My hand is
That'd be
raised.
amazing.
Let's see if I can do this in a week. AI will be my friend, by the way, as we
You
create
got this.
a
You can put a song to it.
as we create a musical, apparently, a kids book based on the Grimm fairy tale we just did. So,
Do it in the styles of a 50s sitcom theme song.
Once upon a time there was a little toad boy named
Name.
Greg. Greg jumped around the pond and
Oh,
drowned
Dan?
all the ducks as children
No.
screamed. Then suddenly
Oh.
the children jumped into the water to save the ducks. The ducks then decided to take over the world. No good deed goes unpunished. But this ended up well for the duck nation until the bill came in. I was a rich man.
my goodness, the duck apocalypse started by Greg. That's kind of awesome. Maybe we'll have a second book. Who knows? All right. Well, that was game time, guys.
Yes,
Game
yay.
Very cool. Very cool.
That was pretty fun.
That was good. I like stories.
Thank you for entertaining me, everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
we that's what we do. That's our thing, Kitty, is entertaining you at this point.
how many things are you doing at the same time right now, Kitty?
Just two.
Just
two?
just two.
Just to let's see, here we go. That's what we needed to do.
To the wheel.
To the
I'm on
wheel.
promo time.
Maybe. Let's find
Maybe.
out.
Maybe. Aw.
Sounds like
It
a promo
is.
to me.
Promo time.
It is slightly promo time.
Slightly.
Slightly. Let me come up here for a second. Oh, that's not the music. That's just the graphic. Okay, here we go.
Can we just help war-impacted kids access education?
What an ad.
So today on promo time, I am going to show you the website I have going on for the comic books. So we've updated the website to talk about our brand new comic book coming out called New Stunning Adventures, which the first digital release comes out July 24th. And I got this little promo animation on the website so you can see a little bit of what's happening there in the first issue, which features Cool Arrow in Crime In, Blackout, and the amazing Swoop, who was in the first part of that video. So the new series for 2024 begins on July 24th and then continues bi-monthly after that till the end of 2024. The final 3 issues will be released in 2025. You can go to the website and you can take a look at some of our fantastic looking merchandise that we have available if you want to support us and help us out. You go to Rosales.com and you can see some of the great things we have available, like this shirt here, which you can have in multiple colors, in multiple sizes. It's not just for men, it's also for women too. I may have shown the slides backwards. Look at that. And this is only $20.90 and offers free delivery. And I think they're running a special too, so you might be able to get a percentage off, possibly up to.
Does look like there may be a summer blowout going on.
Yes, 30% off. So, yes, that is what's happening at Rosales.com. So go there, check us out, support the comic books, support
Rosales.
Whoop, there it is. Support Rosales Comics.
Well, you know my support. I'll definitely support, brother.
Thank you. That's what all of this is for. Not to support Dell, but to support Rosales Comics.
Yeah.
And that's promo time. So I guess we got to spin the wheel again. Unless you guys got something to say about RosalesComics.com. I can put you on the spot.
You got to go to Rosales.comics.com.
What's your favorite part of Rosales Comics?
There's so many facets to it. It's hard to choose just one, but I think mainly it's when you promote it. Promo time. It's great.
You can learn about all of the characters in the first series. Cool Arrow, Solar Flare, Lucha Law, which is a police officer motorcycle cop who puts on a magical wrestling mask and fights crime and justice when the system fails.
Nice.
Fights crime and justice.
As one does.
Police car.
The amazing Swoop, the superhero from another dimension. Shocktress, the second generation hero taking up her father's mantle. And the Galactic Guardian, who fights for peace and justice throughout the galaxy, protecting the Sol universe, or the Sol system, which is our system, the solar system.
Oh, thank goodness.
But that's that. That's that.
Did Dell feed war-torn children?
Yes.
Okay.
They fed them to the rebels. It's I don't know why I open my mouth sometimes. Warren was excited about talking about Vox Machina Season 3 because we had watched Seasons 1 and 2 and talked about them as they came out. Awesome. And in October, Vox Machina Season 3 will be coming out as well. So it took a couple
interestingly
of years.
Enough, does that have a shelf life? Considering I think that Critical Role has gone through so many changes. Are they even still a thing now? I forget.
Well, I think Critical Role is still a thing. I know they're not doing the same things that they used to do, at least not as consistently. But the whole idea of Vox Machina stemmed from their D&D campaign that they had going on. And it was them that actually caused Wizards of the Coast to change the way they do their licensing. You see, they signed up with they signed a deal with Amazon to do the Vox Machina, which was based off of the D&D game, which is based off of the Wizards of the Coast IP. And they started making buku money without giving any of it to Wizards of the Coast because they were their own entity, their own company. They had
How
all
dare
been
you.
making millions of
No, it's so frustrating, that situation, because the open game license was developed so that it would be good for the entire community. That you build everyone up, and then some of that will come back to you, right? But we'll all be richer for the experience. But then Wizards tried to close it up and change the game license so that it was no longer basically open at all, and so you had to pay every time you used it, and there's still, even though it was more or less defeated, their efforts, there's still, things are not looking good. Things are getting worse all the time with Wizards.
Wait,
Hasbro.
You defending the third-party publishers?
He is in a sense because everybody is supporting Wizards of the Coast. If you're going to play D&D, you're going to buy the stuff, and everybody else.
Hold on. The reason they had to change it was because the third-party publishers decided, screw Wizards of the Coast. I'm going to make a product, and people are going to buy my product. Nothing by Wizards of the Coast. It was a loophole that third-party publishers
No,
used.
it wasn't. It wasn't. It was intended. The guy who wrote the open game license stated that your quote-unquote loophole was the intended effect. So you're wrong.
What do you mean it was the intended effect? Okay, so you're admitting
that was the intended effect. It was never. That's why it's called an open game license,
right?
So that you don't have to pay. That was the point.
Yeah, but you said that it was for that, so that it could build up the Wizards of the Coast. It didn't build up Wizards of the Coast because people were, instead of spending money on buying Wizards of the Coast stuff, people were buying the third-party publishers, meaning the money people would have spent on Wizards of the Coast, they were spending on third-party publishers. None of that money went to Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast went, well, guys, if you're just going to screw us over and not actually help us, why should we give you an open gaming license for free? Because none of the people.
See, this is exactly the misunderstanding that is such a big problem.
That's exactly
because the whole point, if you build the community, build up the community, it draws in more people, and those people are the ones that support Wizards of the Coast. Building up, like, the idea of tabletop gaming, brought more people to D&D, get more people to Wizards of the Coast specifically. They were enriched by the efforts of other people because they made tabletop gaming cool, because they made it popular. They have been doing record-breaking profits.
Guys,
You're just wrong.
You're both wrong.
Third-party publishers.
Yeah, tabletop gaming has never been cool.
Play Dungeons and Dragons. Play my version of Dungeons and Dragons. So if
I'm legally liable. I'm legally liable to advocated here.
And
I don't know what we're talking about.
Here's the thing, though. Bringing it back to Vox Machina, is that they tried to get them to give them a piece of their candy that they got from Amazon, and they had changed enough stuff when putting this stuff together for Amazon that they couldn't legally go after them for it. Their beholder wasn't a beholder. They changed the bad guy in it. He wasn't like proprietary to Wizards of the Coast. And eventually, I want to hear the music in Kitty's head. That's what I want to hear.
It's the what's it, the song, that the kazoo song.
Oh,
yeah.
This is what's going on in Kitty's head.
Yeah.
But the thing is that at that point in time, Vox Machina, those guys decided they're going to make their own RPG as well. And everybody started making their own RPG. And there were lots of open RPGs. I happen to have an RPG of my own that I'm putting together. Where's the book? Yes, based on the comic books with the comic book heroes. And this all started at that exact same time. So Heroic 6. That's mine that I'm working on right now. It's a games light, rules light RPG about superhero gaming. I was able to sneak in another plug, but that's coming out soon, and we'll be having all the characters in the comic books with their character sheets and their stats and everything else all together. But people started doing that, and when they decided to do their own RPG, Wizards of the Coast came back to them, in private and said, "Hey, maybe we can work out a little bit of a deal." And they did. They eventually settled on a deal that nobody knows anything about. So, yes, it was a bonus promo time. But let's take a look real quick at the trailer for Vox Machina Season 3. If I can find out where I'm at. I'm here. There it is.
The anime influence is strong in this one.
Indeed.
There really wasn't much from the trailer to actually go off with.
It's kind of a teaser trailer, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the animation was okay. I mean, I don't have.
Thoughts?
I wasn't fast enough, was I?
No. A little bit late.
It'd be worse than the original Dungeons and Dragons animated show. So,
Bob, do you got to go? Did he already leave?
Maybe.
No, I don't think he did. No, he hasn't.
I mean, he's physically there, but he's not mentally.
I bet he did what I did and just stepped away.
I forgot to actually, close it or something.
He forgot to log out, but yeah, Bob has family business to take care of, so we're always glad to have Bob whenever he's here. Unfortunately, he didn't get to fight with 76 like he really, 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 really wanted to on the topic, but we'll have that some other time.
Wait, what topic were we supposed to fight about?
I have no idea. You never know.
Probably your favorite wrestler.
Depends on what side of the bed he wakes up on. But it's my first time
Do they
here.
wake up on the same side of the bed?
Who dis?
New phone. Who dis?
Oh yeah, I got a new phone. I lost all my contacts. Who dis? So there was a lot in that trailer for folks who watched the campaign. Yes. And that's the interesting thing is that everything. This is all not new material for those who followed those guys who did that. I done forgot their name. Someone help me out here.
Critical Role?
Critical Role, yes. People who watched the campaigns in real time when they first did this some 5-10 years ago, whatever it is. All of this, seeing it for the first time in living color, if you will. It's very, very exciting for them to see that, even if it's truncated as such to be in the half-hour episodes. But they'll be releasing them in 3-episode blocks every Wednesday or Friday. And yeah, you guys remember watching that, or some of you were with us, some of you won't. Did you guys follow it?
Never seen it.
Not.
The idea of watching people play Dungeons and Dragons kind of defeats the point of the game.
Not really.
I don't
But
think so.
I understand why you would think it's no. I understand why you specifically would not enjoy it. But but it is a pretty big
Trying to
industry
say
of
it's
people
not
who
for
enjoy
you?
watching. Well, no. I mean, what is that? If what is
Not
it?
for
You
him.
were saying something like watching sports is like kind of defeats the point of it. Why are you not playing the sport? Why are you just watching people play a sport?
Hold on. Because the people who are on Critical Role are not professional D&D players. And you're seeing the best.
Well, I mean, technically they are. They're getting paid for it.
They're getting
So,
paid
I mean,
for it.
for it. That doesn't mean that they're like you're actually comparing athletes like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, the best of the best of basketball players to a bunch of people that they pick off the street to go, hey, would you like to be?
They're actually not people just off the street. They have incredible they're performers, definitely.
They're performers. They're not D&D players. They're performers.
No.
Have the people in Critical Role go to a D&D tournament and see how long they survive.
Sure, okay. You can say that it's a lot
But what
of
kind of
homebrew.
tournament are you
The
talking
point
about?
of
Are you
it.
talking about the hack and slash ones where you make all of your rolls and put them down
I
on a
need to
sheet
feed
and
my
you just
cats.
kind of go down the line and as it's just
No,
just
because there's-
combat?
no, again, depending on how far back you want to go. But I'm saying you're comparing a bunch of people playing Dungeons and Dragons to professional sports players.
No, the point I'm trying to make, I'm not talking about their physical abilities or whatnot. I'm saying that playing a sport and watching a sport are two different experiences. Much like watching somebody play D&D and playing D&D are two different experiences.
Right. Okay.
Now,
Why watch? Okay.
BMO says Adventure League isn't a representative of Dungeons and Dragons, though.
Why not? It's a continuing online story where you go to one event, you have that story, and then you go to the next event, and you continue on the same story arc. I mean, I don't understand. But the whole aspect of D&D nowadays is that it's all story based.
Yeah, I haven't played. Well, that's not true. I haven't been to a D&D convention or comic book convention like that this century. Okay, it was. I think second edition was new for me when I went back then. So, I'm not hip to the way people play it these days. You know,
Right.
So
I'm not qualified.
I wouldn't say that. But a lot of people would who play with me. They would say that. They would say I'm not qualified. But we're talking about a video. We're talking about a D&D game and the way people play. Now, what does Nico say? Nico says, because watching sports is essentially like watching a hero's journey story. One side fights against all odds, climbing the league rankings to defeat the best in the playoffs.
Yeah, there's stories in sports.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And WZ says he can't wait for Nate's D&D game. We miss Nate here. We'd love to have him in this conversation because I think he was there for that. Look at the little heart. Can you see the heart? I can see the heart. But
it shows those emoticons now.
Well done.
Not too long ago. I mean, I guess it's been doing it for a while, but I remember not too long ago they would show up as just blocks.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
or
StreamYards wouldn't display them.
Then it would become plain text, and you're like, "Cool, that's great." It just describes it.
Yeah, just brackets.
Yeah. Speaking of brackets, we have a couple of brackets here we haven't got to yet. Unless we want to keep talking.
Bye,
D&D.
Emo.
The Sonic Screwdriver. Have you guys seen the Sonic Screwdriver?
Is this an adult
No,
toy?
not lately.
Yeah, I feel like
but I have stopped talking about Doctor Who because
What did they do to the sonic screwdriver?
they flagged me. They flagged my whole episode. BBC
Yeah.
flagged my whole episode, and I refused to talk
BBC,
about.
really?
Yes.
Yeah, I
because
know. They're
I
horrible
showed the
about
big
it.
hands. Showed the big
Yeah.
hands, and it wasn't even a clip of the show, and it was behind the scenes without the audio playing. So I was trying to be very, very careful of how we talked about and presented the new Doctor Who before the change made.
So something about
Take
what
it.
do you call it? Doctor Who. The sonic screwdriver. What's special about what's new with the sonic screwdriver?
Well, they've got a new design for the new sonic screwdriver, as they do with each new Doctor. They get a different design.
Oh yeah.
And this was the design that they had for the sonic screwdriver.
Perfect.
And that's going to be
It
available at
looks
the
like the
San Diego
90s.
Comic-Con.
I don't know. It just looks like a horrible 90s toy. I don't know why they would do that, but okay.
Yeah.
What does the last one look like? I mean, I have no comparison.
Looks
I'm
like
not
a portable
like a
CD player
screwdriver.
into the beach.
They kind
Cylindrical.
of look handheld, you know.
Yeah. Like a mini version of Yeah. There you go.
It's yeah, that looks a lot like how Jedis communicate with each other. What that does there, and this is what really thought about it. So yeah, a lot of people weren't impressed with the sonic screwdriver.
That's
No,
not the worst thing that's going on with Doctor Who, but okay.
It's not, but it just goes to show you that they're not paying attention to, like, they have an idea and they're like, yeah, let's go down this road, and they don't have somebody to say, well, maybe we should not do this because
They don't care. They don't care.
Nobody in
Possibly.
Hollywood in the past 10 years has ever said maybe we should not do this.
Yeah,
Especially in
no,
science
because the romance, the cool factor of the sonic screwdriver is related to its shape. So when you fundamentally make it something different, like where there's almost no resemblance whatsoever, then you're essentially making a new thing and putting the same name to it. And
You mean like the
lose
late
people when you do that? Yeah, you lose people.
Who's people?
Best
Sorry.
best show on TV, right here.
Yeah, get it.
When did you go to the door? I missed that part.
This was earlier. These are old cold fries.
Old
This is
cold
cool.
fries? I was expecting you to go to the door, and I had this ready and queued up to go. Check it out.
Who is at the door? Who is at the door? Is it chicken or something more? Got to answer the door. Got to answer the door. Who rang the doorbell? I need to know more. Who is at the door? Who is at that door? Is it chicken or something more?
Oh my god! I need to use that. Okay, I
Yeah.
need to use that. That's too good.
The only thing that I would have added is something about if it's a Cinnabon, then Gordon's getting an earful.
Okay.
Something like that.
I can do that, I think. I think I could add that to it.
If it's junk food, kid is getting mad, but she's still gonna eat it, and
Yeah,
then
like
she'll
your
be
ears.
sad.
You never eat fries when they're fresh, only when they're cold and refrigerated.
Yes.
Well, that's
They
what she's
can't
doing.
pick up a lot of hummus if they're too sloppy. Yeah.
I love a fresh floppy fry. I can't stand these
Rubbery.
painful stabbing.
Not a fan of the
sticks,
crunch.
you know.
I mean, I could get a spoon.
My favorite kind of fry is sweet potato fry.
I dig those.
No.
I have an air fryer. I could revive these, but I won't. Not now.
Enzo, what kind of fry are you eating with your sonic screwdriver?
Just regular homemade French fries, man. I think they're the best.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Homemade French fries. We got oh, man.
Yukon Gold is where it's at.
This explains my shape. We got a deep fryer that we have set aside and full of oil for the things that we deep fry. Again, explains the shape, you know.
Don't worry, bro. I deep fry everything too, so I'm right there with you.
I could say something, but I don't want to get Rosales' stream banned.
Oh, you know what? I do that myself by showing clips and different things.
Speaking
I've
of
been
screwdrivers.
I don't even know if I want to know what Jaded has to say, but go ahead, Jaded.
A black guy deep frying things. That's new.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Oh,
It's okay, you know, fried chicken and watermelon, brother.
speaking of which, happy Juneteenth. Thanks for sharing, Jaded.
Thank you.
That's
Wait,
a
what?
smooth joke. I said happy Juneteenth. Thanks for sharing.
So is this the day I'm supposed to eat collard greens and grits?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, no, that was the thing about Juneteenth is that slavery was abolished and nobody told Texas, and Texas decided not to share the information for a couple of years. And when we finally learned, when Texans finally learned that slavery was abolished, it was the middle of June, so that's why we celebrate Juneteenth.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because gee, thanks a lot, guys, for telling us the show was over.
So shouldn't Juneteenth be when the white sale happens?
The what?
The white sale.
Oh, the white sale.
sale of whites. You got to
Yeah.
sell whites.
Wow.
Based?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're thinking of Black Friday.
Wow.
Only some years.
Anyway, these are the jokes, folks. That's all they are.
Yeah.
All they are is the jokes. Because, yeah. I'm sorry. Who said that? Got to get back to the wheel?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's see what's happening. Florida man.
Ooh, Florida man.
Finally,
yeah.
this is what I came for. Let's do this.
We are going to be playing Florida Man. For those who don't know, Florida Man has all of the greatest headlines out there. This time, we're going to check to whether or not this is a Florida Man headline or not. So these are all 100% real headlines, but are they Florida Man or not? We'll have to find out.
Florida man, doing crazy things just because you can. Florida man, mind-blowing headlines across the land. No one does things like Florida. He wrestles gators off with toast in hand.
Meatloaf sings for Leonard Skinner.
Yes.
That's kind of awesome, man. It's the mashup we
almost
all
like
need.
it's almost like we have to play what was the prompt? How did we get to that particular song? So we got 7 strange headlines, which are from Florida. Is it Florida or not Florida? We will start clockwise, starting with Foxroo, and then work our way down. I should be up here.
I was going to say, we're just skipping over Jaded?
Yes, no, and then we will end with 76. So we're going clockwise, according to my screen. And we will find out whether we'll ask you whether or not it's Florida or not Florida. And out there, you can play as well in the comments. New comments. What is that? Okay. I believe we will be ending with Warren.
Yay!
Warren,
hi,
welcome to the show.
Yay.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you? And how was the bowling alley?
Where's sound effects?
Oh,
Warren?
Speaking of
no bowling alley, sorry.
Warren's here. It's time to end the show, guys.
Speaking of
It's been a
bowling
good one.
alley, Coming up next year, so I guess this is a little bit early of an announcement, but there's a new anime called Turkey, which is going to be about bowling. It's an original. It's an well, no, a turkey in bowling is when you get 3 strikes in a row, and
Yeah,
so
that's
that's what. Yeah, and so this is an original anime, meaning that it's not an adaptation from a
Manga?
book or a comic. So
Nice.
I'm pretty excited about it.
You're pretty excited. Well, it's always exciting when that you have a brand new anime, whether it's about ping pong tournaments, bowling tournaments, or cooking tournaments. There is no end to what you can do an anime about. So what we're going to do here is, if you get it right, you give yourself a point. If you get it wrong, you just don't add anything at all. And you can play along in the comment section as well. Let's get to the first headline to see what we've got. Florida man arrested for barging into homes seeking someone to fight him.
Oh, this.
Fight me, bro.
Oh, we starting with me?
Yeah, we're going to start with Fox and work our way to you. Fox, is this Florida or not Florida?
Yes, this is Florida. I vote Florida.
Okay. Kitty?
It's Florida.
Charles?
Everything's
Can you
Florida.
repeat it? I'm sorry.
Florida man arrested for barging into homes seeking someone to fight him.
For some, I know
Not
these
far.
are all pre-prepared, right? So this is an idea for next week. But what's great to do is Florida or Germany. So you take a story, you strip the context, and is this a story about a Florida man or a Germany man?
Because
Because they're very similar in their stories.
Germany, I looked up Germany headlines, and there was a lot about migrants doing horrible, horrible things. And
oh, really?
None of them seemed to
still
be
be
funny.
Florida.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
None of them
I
were
guess
humorous.
things have changed. So
things have changed. So, Charles, is this Florida or
I'm
not
saying
Florida?
no. Not
This
Florida.
could be somewhere else. Could be somewhere else. Gray, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling again, like Charles was saying, this could be anywhere, but I got a strong feeling this is Florida, man. I'm going Florida on this guy.
Nico seems to agree that it is Florida. Enzo, is this Florida or not Florida?
I'm definitely going Florida. Sounds like Florida.
Okay. Jaded?
I'm gonna have to say no, because if it said Aussie man arrested for barging into homes, yeah, I would accept that. But Florida man, no.
Bob says it's Florida, and Nico says, "Is there an Australia man?" You know what? These are a combination of Florida headlines
Is
and
it
headlines
Florida?
from other places. So
Oh,
it's no
anywhere
telling.
else?
These are actual headlines from real news sources.
My money's on Australian man.
Okay, 76. Is this Florida or not Florida?
I'm gonna go with Florida. Sounds like Florida, man.
Florida. Warren, how do you feel?
I'm going to be Captain Contrarian. I do not think that this is actually Florida.
You know what? Get out of my mind, you witch. How did you know that's what we called you? Captain Contrarian.
Yeah, so
Let's
this
see.
Is not
I'm sorry, go
Florida.
ahead.
Not Florida.
Not Florida. It is actually Florida. Pensacola man arrested for barging into homes seeking someone to fight.
Just seems
Jaded,
yourselves
I'm
a
disappointed
point.
in you, Jaded. I talked to you and told you who Florida man was yesterday, and you didn't believe that the headlines would be that crazy.
Okay,
He knew better.
Hold on. It's a California woman that I would have believed.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, this was a man in Pensacola, Florida, who was breaking into homes and trying to start fights with people. He was drunk at the time. That's not an excuse. That's just part of what the story was. So give yourself a point. Put it right below, like Fox Drew has.
So did anybody fight him?
I'm sure.
Did he find any takers?
But as you can see, Fox put 1 point underneath there. So give yourselves a point for being successful. If not, you don't got to do anything. You just keep on going as we move on to the
Florida,
next.
who's he gonna fight? Old retired people? Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. You're going on a timeout.
Well, there's probably a lot of Cubans he can fight. Florida man says his support alligator has gone missing. Fox, is this Florida or not Florida?
I mean, it very well could be, but I'm guessing no, because they have an adversarial relationship, generally not a pet relationship.
That's right. Usually they're fighting alligators in Florida. Kitty.
I'm with Foxer on this one. I'm gonna go not Florida. I think the alligator thing is just a misdirect.
Okay. Charles?
The obviousness hurts, but I'm gonna say Florida man.
Okay. Gray?
It's a bit too Florida for Florida. I'm going to go that this one's a red herring, if you will. No, not a Florida man.
Not a Florida man.
I thought last time.
Enzo?
Nope, not Florida.
Jaded?
I'm gonna have to go Florida, man. I'm just more curious how it went missing.
How do you misplace an alligator? A support alligator.
Know how it went missing.
76?
Maybe I should go last on this one.
Okay. Warren?
I'm gonna go with not Florida.
Not Florida. Thank you, contrarian. 76.
I think it's supposed to be
like 3 seconds.
Well, I think it's a Tennessee guy. That's why I want to see not Florida, because I think I read the article about it. That's why.
Oh, look at you being
Sometimes
all
you get
loose.
lucky that way.
And let's see what the comment says. I saw a video of a man dancing with an alligator. So yes, Florida. Thank you, Nico. Nico says Florida.
But was that in Florida?
And also, this is somebody who
people
lost his
can-
alligator, whether he
Yeah.
dances with it or not.
I hope he didn't lose him on the dance floor.
Murder on the dance floor.
Man says his emotional support alligator has gone missing. Bring my baby back. This was a Pennsylvania man, Joe Hendley,
Yes,
saying.
baby. Yes, baby. Okay.
and he's dedicated to his cold-blooded companion, as all married men are. Let's see.
Emotional support gator. It makes sense.
Florida man with suspended license zooms into court hearing. Fox?
I'm gonna go with not Florida.
Not Florida. Okay. Kitty?
I remember this, but I remember the viral thing of it, and I don't remember it being attached to Florida, so I'm going to say no, not Florida.
Okay. Charles?
Yes, Florida.
Florida.
Was it a Florida guy?
Ray?
I love the video and it was awesome. And then there were a bunch of follow-up stories where it's like, actually he had his license, and then you look into it and it's even worse than it was before. I remember the story. Can't tell you if it's Florida. I'm with Charles on this. That seems like a Florida guy. Florida.
They all do.
Enzo. Awesome. Jaded.
I'll go yes.
You'll go yes, Florida man. Okay. Enzo, are you back? No? That's fine.
My bad. I was muted. I'm sorry. I was here. I remember this story. I just don't remember if it was Florida, but I'm going to go not Florida.
Okay. And Warren.
I'm gonna go with not Florida.
You're going to go with not Florida. 76.
So he drove to his hearing.
No, he
He
was
zoomed
in
in.
his car in Zoom meeting, going to a court hearing on the Zoom meeting in his car, and the Zoom meeting.
Oh, that sounds like a Californian. I'm going to go
was
not
a
Florida.
court thing about his suspended driver's license.
Yeah, the court case was about a suspended driver's license, and he drove to court with his car, and he's like, "Hold on, I'm pulling over right now." And
I'm fine. I'm
He was
good.
driving to his doctor's office.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man with suspended driver's license dials into court hearing while driving. It was a Michigan man
Yay! I was right.
talking to a Michigan judge while he was
Okay, he might
driving.
live in Michigan, but was he born in Florida?
Who knows where he was born?
To me, it sounds like a Californian because that's something that a Californian would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. it does.
Yeah, I'm going to drive to my doctor's office and go to this Zoom meeting where it's actually a court case so that I can say I was not guilty driving without a license.
And
it was very foolish, but it didn't have the Florida craziness to me.
Can I point
Telling
out
the judge to hold on while you're pulling into a parking spot doesn't seem Florida to you?
His license was suspended because he tried bringing the gator to the guy that was trying to fight with people.
There you go.
Can I point out
there you
all
go.
the headlines take place in the United States? That
It
all of
could
the
be
people involved are U.S. citizens. So that
Yes,
says
this is
so
true.
much. That says so much.
This is true. We take our liberties for granted. Definitely. Armless Florida man arrested for stabbing tourists with scissors.
No, it is a very, very Florida thing. Florida.
Armless
My
man.
vote.
Wow.
Also, Kitty,
You've got other
you're
limbs
three, not a
in appendages.
not one.
I'm three? Yeah.
Update.
So Nico says, we literally saw a dude during the Johnny Depp trial giving testimony while driving, bringing something of that level to a Florida man. Yeah, but that's if that Johnny Depp
But he
trial
didn't
was
have
in
his license
California.
suspended.
So, that very much gives credence to what 76 was saying. It sounded Californian to be testifying on live TV in front of a judge while driving. So that's very California. Kitty, did you say this was Florida or not Florida?
I think it's not Florida.
Okay. Charles?
Florida.
Florida, huh? Okay. Gray?
I think this is quintessential Florida. I think if you're going to describe a Florida man, it would be armless man stabbing tourists. Yeah, I'm going Florida on this.
With scissors, specifically. With scissors. Okay. Enzo?
Definitely Florida.
Nico says Florida.
Hmm.
And Lucia says, I bet this was a PSA sitch. Jaded. You
Sure,
can't just
why
say
not?
American. You can't just say American.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't. It's not allowed. Them's the rules.
Okay, I want to know how he was. I'll say yes, it's a Florida man. I just want to know how he was stabbing tourists with scissors. Without
Yeah, there better be video.
I wish I had video of that.
I
No,
want,
but I
I,
don't.
want, I want to read the article. Like, I'll wait till after this so that I can check out the article.
Warren, what do you think?
This seems like more of a Alabama man, not a Florida man. So I'm gonna go with not Florida, actually.
Okay. And 76? Did you have time to look it up?
I'm gonna go with it's Florida man. But if for some reason it's not Florida man, it sounds like a Californian, like a crazy Californian.
Okay, so she's hedging her bet.
Yeah,
She
but I'm
says
saying it's for sure
Florida,
it's
not
Florida
Florida.
man. That's my official answer. Unofficial is Californian.
He was driving while being on Zoom.
The armless guy? Wow.
Armless Florida man arrested for stabbing
Yes,
tourists with
knew it.
scissors. And he was using his feet. Part of his deal is that he raises money by painting with his feet while sitting on the sidewalk. And he's painting using his toes and grabbing things. And so the scissors is part of what his whole situation is. And apparently he considered this self-defense.
There you go.
How exactly you give you any level of threat?
Yeah.
Scissors in your foot. Like, it's like here. I just walk away. There you go. Like, how is that a threat?
It's like fighting a one-legged man, I guess. So, I mean, he just...
Well, unless you're Monty Python, that's different.
That's all it was. It was a flesh wound.
Have you?
It's just a flesh wound.
Am I reading this wrong? Did he
I'll have
stab
you.
a painter?
No.
He was painting, apparently.
No, Jonathan Crenshaw, the guy who got arrested, claimed that he stabbed Cesar Coronado in self-defense. So he's claiming the tourist attacked him.
Oh, Coronado paints an entirely different picture.
Okay, so not literally. I gotcha.
Gives a whole new meaning to scissor kick. So thank you, Nico.
Nice. How did we not make that joke earlier? Good.
Well, because I had a good one, but I didn't think it would be appropriate.
A little appreciation from Lucifer for Gray.
Wait, Jada didn't make a joke because he thought it would be inappropriate?
Yeah, that's weird.
You know?
Because I'm going to get in shit after the stream, not during the stream.
What did you say? Did you say something smart?
No, I'm not saying anything.
No, he, Gray, Jaded always tries to do his best on this show because he knows we're trying to get monetized. And we often do a lot of things that keep us from doing that. So.
Asking me questions I know I'm going to be an asshole on.
26-foot python slain after swallowing Florida woman. Fox, is this a Florida headline or not?
Yeah, no, that's definitely Florida. They have a big problem with pythons. And what is it? They will actually eat alligators, and then they will like sit there in the lawn and digest them, and you can't really do anything with them. So you gotta break up the fights before before one of them wins. Before the snake wins, essentially.
Well, you just slay it.
So I could 100% see this happening. So yeah, definitely Florida.
Kitty, aren't you glad
Yeah,
he
I think
wasn't
it's
swallowing cats?
I think it's Florida because of the pythons, exactly as Fox explained.
We've seen headlines of them playing tug of war with pythons and alligators.
Seems
plausible to you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Charles?
Yeah, I agree. It seems very Florida.
Gray?
I apologize. I thought I was unmuted and I was just talking to myself. It feels like it's one of those trick ones, like you'd want to say Florida on this, but Nico has a point. Shouldn't that Florida woman be messing up this python? I'm going to say strangely not Florida, even though you'd think this would be a Florida flora and fauna type deal. But no, not Florida.
Not Florida. Enzo?
Not Florida.
Not Florida. Okay. Jaded?
A weird way to get out of a marriage, but whatever. I'll say yes.
And Warren?
Yes, as in yes, it's Florida.
I'm staying consistent. I'm staying consistent. This is not Florida.
Okay, the one with 2 points says it's not Florida. Miss 1776.
If it said that she was wrestling the python, then I would say Florida. But I'm going to say not Florida.
You're going to say not Florida.
Yeah.
And the answer is. Oh, let's wait for the comments. The comments. You got any thoughts on whether or not this is Florida? Yes? No? No? Okay.
That's me yelling.
8-meter python slain after swallowing woman in southeast Sulawesi. So we leave the United States.
For the first
Just
time.
say Nico doesn't steer me wrong. He's got a point there.
It took me a while to figure out what 8 meters was, because I'm American. But yeah, this they killed this thing and opened it up, and the woman was dead. And
yeah,
the python swallowed this woman whole.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it would have been a cool trick if she wasn't dead. But...
yeah.
Ta-da!
As what happens in Jakarta.
Maybe she died happy.
Sure.
Maybe she died asleep. I don't know.
She was hugged to death.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened first. Some as they call it these days, some unwanted snuggles, and then a swallow. So, Florida man arrested for attempting to barbecue child molesters.
Wow.
Yeah, Florida. I'm gonna.
So you gave us the answer, yes?
Yeah.
He says Florida. Fox says Florida. Kitty?
Well, Florida, because it says Florida.
Charles?
Yes, Florida.
Gray?
I don't know. Would Florida?
That's not an
I think
option,
there's a
so.
certain type of justice for Florida, and I don't know if this is it. I don't know if they're big into the barbecue scene. I'm going to go not Florida on this one.
His name was Dexter Morgan.
He didn't use barbecue as his method, though.
Edzo?
It's Florida.
Florida. Jaded?
The problem I have with this headline is that you can't use the word attempting and man. Because if it was a man, it would have actually happened. If it said Florida woman arrested for attempting to do something, then that would have made more sense.
Now I see why you can't get monetized.
So I'm going to have to go with no.
You're gonna get it after the stream, Jaded. Just so you know.
He does know.
Warren.
Staying
He doesn't
consistent.
seem to get.
This is not Florida.
Not
She's gonna give you this to business.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this sounds like a Florida man. No, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it from California woman in a minute.
Wow.
I'm gonna get an attempt from a California.
Oh,
Yeah.
Florida man. Florida man.
See if you're brave enough to say that after the stream.
George Porto Sierra planned to burn sex offenders to death was only thwarted while police arrived too soon.
Oh, too soon?
Wow.
I guess he invited them.
That's a misleading title. He was in the process of doing it and was stopped. There's a difference.
Yeah.
The guests were early for dinner.
Yes. Oh, we're not ready for you yet. We have not finished cooking the main course. Florida man, magnet fisher, recovers safe full of soggy $100 bills. Fox, is this Florida or not Florida?
Not Florida. I don't have a reason, just an intuition.
Kitty?
Not Florida. Not Florida. Because of reasons.
Yeah,
Because reasons.
I don't think a Floridian would have that much money in a safe. So I'm going to say no.
But I do know that they would magnet fish.
Okay, I'm
No,
gonna
that's
go a little
popular in lots
contrary
of
on this
different
one.
areas.
I think boat safes might be a thing in Florida. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Florida man on this one. How else does a safe get submerged?
If it said safe full of soggy meth, I would tend to lean. But
Enzo?
This one's tough because I want to say Florida man, but I'll probably say no, not Florida.
Well, Nico says, yeah, Florida man. So, Jaded, how do you feel about soggy $100 bills? Are you going to find those in Florida or no?
I just find it hard for an American to actually admit that he found it. So I'm going to have to say no.
Warren?
Florida, man. Florida.
Florida, man.
Finally gave in to Florida.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if you get lucky.
I'm gonna
Mr.
say I think it could go. I was gonna say I don't think it's Florida. I'm just gonna say not Florida man because it's too happy of an ending.
Florida mans tend to not have happy endings, I guess.
Florida man.
They tend to be very violent.
They didn't wind up with the man in jail, so I'm going to say not Florida man.
Now, if it had said investigated by the IRS, then I would have said yes.
That's Florida, baby. That's what WZ says. New York magnet fisher recovers safe full of soggy $100 bills. So it was not Florida man.
Whee!
Okay, that's about the most Florida-looking New York picture I've ever seen, though.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
he's not in Manhattan, I'll tell you that.
$100,000.
That's yeah.
And that's it. Though
I guess it makes
bad for
sense.
days
New York
So-
mobsters, I guess.
Oh, well, the debit
Gonna
currency,
be
you can't
picking up
get
a new
anything.
hobby.
So hold on. basically, laws, depending on how damaged the bills are, you can't put them back into circulation, can you?
Yeah, especially if they're
No,
old.
you can turn them into the bank though, and even if they destroy them, they'll still honor them as long as they can read both sets of serial numbers.
Oh, okay. And I was thinking, too bad he finds $100,000 and he can't do anything about it.
Oh, that's annoying. No.
Yeah, gone are the days when you could tear a $10 bill in half and go to two separate banks to have it replaced.
That was a thing?
Never did that. That's something I never did.
Yeah, I know. You need to. No, I don't know when this rule became in place, but now you have to have one complete serial number, and the second serial number needs to be mostly intact.
I think it's 60%.
Yes,
That's lame.
People wise up. So, but speaking of wising up, why don't we wise up to another topic and spin the wheel?
Ooh,
new releases. We get to find out what's going on at the movies. Do I have anything prepared for that? I think I do.
Well, Inside Out 2
has
been doing quite well.
Oh yeah, that's also a topic on the wheel, I think. Is it?
Nah,
Why is Vox Machina season 3 still there?
Suspects.
Didn't we discuss that one?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Got to take it off.
What, you don't want to talk about it again?
Some extra thoughts.
What am I getting rid of? The Vox Machina? Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, so that spin is illegal. You have to do it again.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'd have to put something
It's
back
true.
on.
All the previous spins, no good.
Okay.
Spin it one more time. We'll do that one more time.
Oh my gosh. Same thing.
Wow.
Jada don't care what's at the movies right now. That's what it is. You just
But Inside Out, it's breaking so many, records.
Yeah, it
Good
broke
times.
Dune, didn't it?
Yes.
What kind of
Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Roll them trailers, Joe. And there's popcorn popping with a fizzy soda splash.
Yes. Actually, it was supposed to be a topic on there, but we'll go ahead and do this. We're just the headlines, I believe, is what we're doing on this. Was Inside Out 2 smashes box office records, but critics still say it's not as good as the original. Inside Out box office 2 smash play head games. Yeah, with movie theaters. Movie theaters don't know what to make of this, and it has gone for $85 to $90 million in the second weekend. So that is the best movie out so far, and it's the top rated movie so far of this year.
Hold on, you mean it beat out Bad Boys?
Yes, very much so.
Just barely.
Just barely. Denmark. I've seen people find bales of cocaine in Florida. Yes,
There's some really good songs about those bales of cocaine as well.
You
Reverend
got- you know
Horton
what?
Heat has a great one.
When you know they're going to catch you, you got to drop the load. And Han Solo had said that sometimes you get boarded. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think he was a fan of dropping the load.
But yeah, let's hang on. I'm trying to rearrange my brain so I don't go in the wrong direction.
I was wondering what I was
So
missing.
those theaters, new
those
releases.
theaters. Let's take a look at what's coming out at the movies.
The bike riders ride through a world untamed. The exorcism chills where souls are claimed. Velma finds her strange in seeing so bright, while what remains unveiled secrets in the night. Copa 71 recalls a game so grand. On Blackwater Lane, darkness takes a stand. With Northern life art breathes on every page. These tales unfold upon the silver stage. New stories come alive on screen so grand.
Man, I want the whole album of this.
Are you using AI to make that music, Roselle?
No, that's all Rosales himself. He slaves hard each week and comes up with brand new music for every segment. It's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to write the lyrics so that it otherwise it won't give you what you want. The AI doesn't know what's out this week, so we got to put together the lyrics for that. And I say we in the royal sense. It's just me. Just to quote one of my favorite movies, "Just me, baby, just me." But yeah, the Bike Riders is getting a lot of critical acclaim out there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
Well, if you like bad accents,
if you like bad accents and you're a fan of white people on motorcycles, you're going to love this film.
Getting critical acclaim by people who watch A24 films. How's that?
Yes. And of course, Russell Crowe is still getting work.
I don't know why.
And I try not to do what's on streaming, so I'm glad we got this a week early. That's eventually where it's going to go. I don't know anything about Thelma, by the way.
I've heard nothing but good things about it, to the point that I'm really excited for it. Apparently, it's shot much like an action movie, but you have this lovely protagonist. So, I think it's right up my alley. I'm looking forward to seeing Thelma.
Yes, she's having fun, it looked like. So that's
Doesn't seem like something I'd go to the cinema to see.
You don't want to see somebody on a rascal scooter kick ass. To me, that's like everything I want to see. But fair enough.
In every generation, you have to try to accommodate the previous generation with films, and you have old people doing young things and experiencing things, as we saw a few weeks ago with Summer Camp, that trailer.
Oh God, yeah.
With all of the old people doing young people things at a summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
Bike Riders, if it's lucky, will be third this weekend with around 10 million.
Yeah, I don't see.
Is Thelma second?
No, Thelma's just outside the top 5.
Makes sense.
What Remains is going to be one of those psychological thrillers that is out there, and if you like that sort of thing, it'll be in theaters for at least a week.
Wow!
It is What Remains.
So is Copa 71, which is about
Copacabana.
Nope, not about the Copacabana. I thought it was, and I was well into rendering that video when I went back and realized, no, this is about a game.
It's not about the Copacabana.
Oh my God.
See, I looked at the title, Copa 71. I was like, yeah, that was some good times. That was good times back then. At the Copacabana, 1971. You guys are too young to know what's going on there. I'm not going to bring it up because, it was like Vegas. What happens at the Copa stays at the Copa.
Oh.
But no, this was not about that. So, is this on Prime Video? My goodness, it didn't even release in theaters. I put the wrong one in. Look at that.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yes. Look, see how that says Prime Video? And this one has tickets. Little ticket icon right there, and there's the water. Blackwater. Looks like a horror film. Drawing a Life. Jeff McFurtage. It's a documentary about an artist. Yeah.
I don't recognize the name of the artist.
Yeah, he looks like R. Crumb, but I don't think he's that.
It's a pretty decent self-portrait.
But if that's his artistic skill, I don't know how he's considered an artist.
Yeah, that's that reminds me of the video of the police sketch.
Ow.
Where the child.
I know the one that you're talking about. So amazing.
It was so lifelike and not at the same time. It was amazing. So yeah, that's what's going on at the movie theaters. You guys have anything about that?
Yeah, I can't wait for it not to be in the theaters so I can watch it at home.
And if Thelma was a sequel to Thelma and Louise, then maybe I'd watch that.
It looks like it with her age.
Yeah, like I'd want to know how she survived and the other did.
Yeah.
The ending is she's gonna jump off a cliff with the
scooter.
Scooter. Yeah.
And of course the battery dies at the end and she just flips over. So, but no, if it was a sequel, how did she get away for so long, keeping her name? But Gray, you're out to go see a movie here real quick, or you're taking off for other reasons. You got anything you want to say or tell us about before you head out, sir? I think you're muted.
I do apologize. Were you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, my
Yes.
dog started barking, and then I heard, "Do you have anything to say?" And I was like, "I'm assuming that was me." No, just it's a pleasure being here, sir. I appreciate you allowing me to, come on and pollute your airwaves, if you will. But yeah, good times. And hey, if you're looking for entertainment and you didn't quite get enough from that new releases thing, you might want to check out Willis Screedia's channel tomorrow for Showbiz. It is set up actually tomorrow for Monday.
I was going to say. Okay.
A lovely show. So go to YouTube / Willis Screedia and check it out. Showbiz tomorrow night. Everything you want to know about the box office from the man, Willis Screedia himself. Indeed.
Your check's in the mail, sir.
Thank you. And then, I guess as long as we're doing this, also every Thursday, on That Darn Kiddos channel, we have the Thinkers. It's a good portion of this panel is actually there. And, the ones who aren't, you're probably welcome at some point in the future. But, every Thursday, we're doing a think. We got people from like 3 different continents joining together to disagree on things. Come join us. Have a think.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thanks for being here. We always appreciate your dulcet tones, telling us how much time we have left on any kind of game. And
usually I'm just called Dole, but thank you for the dulcet. I enjoy that.
Always glad to have you in for as long as we can. So,
yeah. Well, thanks for having me. And thank you for setting up the lovely Florida Man game. It's always a pleasure. All right. See you guys.
Always fun. See ya.
Yeah.
Take care, buddy. Yeah. So I guess that ended the segment, did it? Unless we've got more to say about Thelma.
Well, I gotta go too. I don't know if you've seen it there, but thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It was
being here, Enzo. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
I appreciate it. It was a pleasure to meet all of you on the chat here. Jaded, I don't like seeing you, but other than that, thank you guys for having me. It was fun. Take care.
Well, thank you. You're welcome anytime. Just let us know.
If you just send me the link, if I can come on, I will be here, man. Appreciate
Absolutely. We'll do so. We'll put you on the waiting list.
Take care, guys.
See ya.
Thanks for being here, buddy. And he's gone, but he's still here. That's interesting. I love that. Let's do this and add music to it. Do we got music? What kind of music do we have for this? Here we go.
Come on. Yes.
We'll see how long his computer goes. Oh, hey, look at that. There we go. What elevator are you on, Nico?
Yeah.
Jabba's palace.
Let's give us another spin here.
Ecco che inizia il gran galà. Di festa, la testa con semi e scampi salta già. Della padella con la pastella. Che effetto misto per noi.
Stunning Adventures. Let's see, where is it? I'm always on the wrong thing over here. Where is it? Stunning Adventures. First volume. PlayStation comes out July 24th, featuring Cool Arrow and The Amazing Swoop. September 25th, we've got the second issue coming out of Volume 1, featuring the Guardians of the High Command and Lucha Law and Atomic Battle Hero Fighters, based on the award-winning short film me and my son did years and years ago.
Yeehaw.
Now coming to print. Issue 3, coming out on November 20th, 2026, featuring the Shocktress Files, all of which will be available digitally on globalcomics.com.
Is there a reason there's such a time lapse between 2 and 3?
Yes, because it's only the royal we working on it.
Oh.
So I'm giving myself enough time to finish each one of them. Unfortunately, I did not start doing this in black and white, which would have been quicker. But it's got painted backgrounds on the things, and I'm doing cell animation style art for the characters. So it takes a little while to put it all together. So
Just a little while.
just a little while. I've been working on it for a while, and I've got at least 3 done. So I need to give myself a little bit of time, which is why I spaced them out like I do. And the print ones will be available at some point. I actually have a copy of my first proof here with the giant panels in there and the incredible artwork I've got. As you can see on the bad panel, I have an advertising in the back for DMR Hosting, your most affordable place to get web hosting. So yeah,
get it.
This is I had to redo some stuff in it, so I sent it back, and got the new files uploaded. I'm getting another proof, but the print will be available at some point, and we'll get to that whenever we get to that. Let's see here. Post a link. You can find out everything you want at rosaliscomics.com.
Go get it.
Rosaliscomics.com is where you can find all the information about the comic books.
Is the link in the description of the video or the stream?
I believe that it is, unless I stop doing that. Which, I don't want to be spamming nobody, but yes, rosaliscomics.com. Nico says he can't see it.
What? Never.
Maybe it's not in the description.
Oh, come on. Stop stumbling.
But it's
that's what it looks like.
rosaliscomics.com. And this is, of course, pictures from the actual comic book itself and the characters. If you want diversity, it's there. So
it's there. Just
if you want
there.
If you want comic book superheroes, it's there. If you want family drama, it's there. If you want evil people doing evil things, it's there. If you want government superhero teams, it's there. If you want monsters made of trash called Quagmire, the Quagmire, it's there. There he is. There's the Quagmire and the superheroes.
What if I like women with a robust set of lungs?
Those are in the next set.
Okay.
The next set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
That'll be the next set.
What if I want women with no art support?
With no art support, it's there. It's there. All of these women have flat feet. You can't really see it unless you buy the comic book and look closely. Then you will see that there is absolutely
anyone with alopecia.
Yeah, but they're wearing they're wearing cowls. You can't really tell.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Oh, you meant on the head.
Yeah. And Will tell you to keep their damn names out of your mouth. So that's what'll happen there. That's promo time for that particular one. Oh, what an ending.
With the
What an
music,
ending.
perfectly well done.
All right. You know what that means? It means you got to spin the wheel again. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. My kids are finally awake. I'd say what I really mean.
Chickens up.
I forgot to get rid of Stunning Adventures, didn't I? That spin is valid. Super Suit. All right. We can talk about the Super Suit. You guys see the Super Suit? The Superman Super Suit?
What, the picture with the same quality as the Bigfoot picture?
Absolutely, yeah. The Super Suit is real. Okay.
Let's establish how the Superman suit's going to look based off of a fuzzy, grainy picture. Absolutely. Right. That's
Yeah. My Twitter feed went crazy over this, and they were super excited by it. And I thought, well, you know what? I like to play with AI. I like to make things look a little bit better. And yeah, AI went a little nuts and assumed a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't accurate.
Wow.
And boy, I tell you what, Lois Lane is happy.
Jesus. Maybe
so
she's not walking properly. That's not okay.
No. Luckily, he's faster than a speeding bullet. So I cleaned it up a little bit better with a different program, and then pushed a little harder. And there's the original, and here's the cleaned up version of it. So yes, it is not 100% actually really truthfully the suit because it's AI, but it's a pretty close approximation of what the suit is supposed to look like right there.
Okay.
Those are some tight shorts.
Yes.
He's smuggling a couple of fists in his pants there.
Either that or you drop the load.
What kind of load?
Not getting into that.
I'm here to see Harvey Weinstein. Okay. So what do you guys think of the suit besides what he's packing?
It's very hard to think about anything else, actually.
I think it looks fine. I mean, like you said, this isn't it, so we'll see how it looks on
Yes, there's
screen.
not much
But
else to say about
assuming
it.
that this is close, I think I'm much more worried about the story than I am worried about the outfit.
Yeah, but I understand now why people are more interested in seeing him without the trunks.
Why does it matter? Why are you
I
looking
think-
at some man's junk? Who cares?
Well, because it's looking at us. It's the same thing. Like if boobs were in your face, you would be like,
I would look like honestly, I'd look for a second and then keep talking. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna salivate the entire
no,
time.
you're not. But it's gonna be like awkward because you're like, okay, it's following my eyes. Like, stop.
You're following it with your eyes.
No, it's following my eyes because it's in all of
Are you
my
a
vision.
feminist, Lauren? You sound like a feminist with a low cut shirt right now.
No, I'm saying,
man.
I'm saying, like, just who cares? We've seen. Did anyone look at Christopher Reeve's junk when he was playing? Like, come on, or
sure
Dean
Well,
Cain? Like,
to be
come on
honest,
now.
Christopher Reeve was not fighting as hard.
I guess not.
Punny.
I guess he was only using 10% of his power.
It's social media needing something to bitch and whine about. And I mean, if you're actually going to go, this movie can't be saved because of the bad costume, then I don't know how anybody's supposed to take that opinion with any value or seriously.
Because it's the internet, and you need to make a stink about one
Make
picture.
us think about everything.
It's controversy for the sake of controversy because they got nothing else to talk about. So yeah, no, it means nothing.
Yeah, Pretty much. I mean, people are going to hate it for hate's sake, and people are going to love it for love's sake. You know, you got sycophants on both sides who are taking charge, and anybody who does not agree with either side or is actually sane and goes right down the middle, like Kitty does, right down the middle, right down the middle.
Oh, I was like, how does that go? Oh, okay, I get it.
All right, yes, it's a
It
penis
took me a
joke.
while.
You know, they get blamed and are accused of being on one far side or the other. You know, if you think, well, let's wait and see, well, then you're obviously a James Gunn lover. You know, and if you hate the suit, the way it, you know, if you think, well, you know what, it could be better, but it's not a really good look. I mean, we can't really tell from that photo, so we're going to have to see a better picture of it. Then they're going to say, Zack Snyder fan, you hate everything, you hate all this, and I think there's room in the middle for a proper discussion. You know, and
I
people.
don't think there's anything to discuss about it. It's a blurry picture. It doesn't. I mean,
Well, there's a lot of people who want to unpack it.
I'm not one of them.
it should have been, but that's for a Reddit discussion.
Yes, Nico makes a good point about the boob window. How that's pretty much a conversation as opposed to the character. You know.
The boob window.
That's what I call my browser. The boob window.
No, so does the FBI. No, there's a Power Girl has a little window in her costume right here, and the artists at DC oftentimes get bored and decide to have all kinds of fun at the expense of everybody else. And so, through the course of several issues, they increased the size of her bust until it got to an absolutely ridiculous point, and the editors told them, "Stop it, knock it off."
Maybe she was with child.
And the artist said, "Do you want us to go back to the way it was?" And the editor said, "No, just stop making it bigger." And so that's what she stayed. You know, she got her implants through people being snarky, and it stayed that way. And then it became
It's like, yo, just stop making it bigger.
yeah. It became two big issues.
But
So yeah, that's what that's all about. So, not an issue for Jaded.
Again, I'd rather wait till the movie comes out and base it off of the actual movie. Call me crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not like, again, yes, everybody loves Henry Cavill as Superman,
Yes,
but
they do.
I haven't seen this guy's performance, so maybe he'll suck at it, maybe he won't, but I'd rather watch it before I find out.
Absolutely. So we'll wait and see. And we'll be right in the middle and be accused by both sides of being on the other.
Except for Pattinson. I knew the Batman movie was gonna suck because of Pattinson. That's different. That's a whole other issue.
it indicates it's something about the thinking behind the movie.
I'm all about saving, what do you call it, theaters, but I am concerned Sony has bought Alamo Drafthouse.
Why?
Well,
What's special about Alamo Drafthouse?
Well, they were doing great until 2019, and they had just done this great big expansion. They've got 23 theaters now out there.
Alamo?
Yeah,
they've got more than 23. They've got a couple of hundred.
Wow.
Okay, so hold on. They're a movie theater chain.
Yes,
they are a movie theater chain, and their big deal is beer
or
and,
food.
Well,
they have
and food. Yeah, they sold full meals.
Yes, and they often show independent movies like Thelma, and and do retro movies and things like that. They were supposed to be for the highfalutin. It was a place for A24 to shine.
Highfalutin.
It's what it was, and they invested all this money. They borrowed some money, and they did this, and they expanded as big as they could. And then the pandemic said, "Hey, everybody, watch Netflix," and they had to declare bankruptcy to protect themselves, and they've been sitting there um, trying not to go under. Meanwhile, Sony is trying to negotiate business with Paramount, as everybody else is trying to negotiate with Paramount. The big deal with the Paramount deal was Sherry Redstone and her National Amusements and the theater chain that she has, which I don't know how many there are, and I don't know if they're a brand that people will recognize. But those theaters were in every single one of the deals that she tried to make that tanked the deals that people were trying to make. And my original assumption was that Sony didn't want her theaters, but maybe they did because
Now
they
they
bought
do.
the Alamo Draft House instead. And their deal with Sony has gone the way of the dodo and is no longer in existence.
Sorry.
Oh, you cut out there. Where?
I thought you caught me stretching. I'm sorry. Never mind.
I don't want to know what you were stretching.
Okay.
National Amusements has 1,500 screens.
That's a lot of screens. And Sherry Redstone has been trying to offload them and putting them in every single deal for Paramount to be sold. So it looks like Paramount is just going to stick with themselves and wind up divesting in a bunch of different things and selling everything off separately.
I mean, I have an Alamo Draft House here in New York, and it always gets sold out for any sort of like show. So I mean, I guess this is a good thing for them.
Yes. How'd you get into the franchise business?
You know, just double dealing, black market, dark webbing.
Crypto, bro.
Ryan,
Dogecoin.
how big is the seating in like the theater?
I think I believe it's like 2 floors, but
Okay, so it's not a small little independent thing.
No, it's not quite the megaplex, that
Okay.
you're used to seeing out there. But it's small enough where they can take care of you, and the theaters are big enough that you can enjoy the screen.
and you get food while you're seeing, and people come around, and it's actually really nice. But like for any like let's say Deadpool, I already know the tickets are sold out for that place, so
Oh,
there's
yeah?
no point in me trying. I'm not even gonna bother trying because people love going there.
Oh, okay.
So that's my experience here in New York. I don't know how many Alamo drafts are in other countries or states, but I can tell you it always gets sold out for like big premieres. Like I know Oppenheimer, I wanted to go see it there, sold out. That's yeah.
Well, that's good for them then. Then that makes them worth it, kind of. Where you are, at least.
Well, the thing is that they're not going to close down, and there's now a distribution plan for Craven the Hunter. That's it's a joke about how bad that movie's going to be.
That movie is going to be such.
Show it.
That's going to be like.
Really?
Such a terrible movie. Like, Sony failed with so far. Sony failed with Morbius. They failed with Madam Web. They had to de-scope that El Fuerte or El Taco guy that they put away. Was the Spider-Man villain they're gonna work on. And then they're doing Craven.
El Taco.
Because nobody cares about this C-rated loser. Like, why? Why are you doing this? It's like saying it's Coke, but it's actually sugar. Like, no, I want Coke. I don't want sugar.
All right, I don't know where you're buying your sugar, but you can buy it from the corner streets, because that's often not going to be sugar at all. So the thing is that before Sony got into the movie making business, they actually bought some theaters, and Sony theaters were all over the place, and they had to sell those. I believe they used to be Lowe's theaters before they were Sony theaters. I could be wrong.
Yes,
but they had to get out of the business in order to get into the movie business because there was a law against movie theaters and movie production companies being in the same business. which Trump turned around and turned off that deal, and nobody took advantage of it. And this is the first time you're seeing it. But yeah, there were Paramount theaters out there a long, long time ago, and people would go see the big world premiere at the Paramount, and they would be featuring Paramount films. And they knocked all that off and said, stop it. No monopolies, no vertical integrations, if you will. And now they can.
Oh, can I ask you a question, Rosales?
Please do.
Do you have you been or do you have Alamo there in your state?
Yes, we've got several, including Austin and Dallas. We have a few Alamo draft houses.
Do you prefer, like, if it's just you and your wife, do you prefer going there, or have you brought like your whole family? Because I typically go with friends, so there's got to be like a difference in that sense. Because I know Alamo Draft House isn't like, it's kind of expensive, so I'm just figuring since you're have a family,
Well,
what's your perspective?
I've been married for longer than they've been around, and so me and my wife have never been to an Alamo draft house because that would require either hiring a babysitter or trusting family, and no, really, to go see movies and date and stuff like that. So,
Oh, okay.
Going out, lame.
So like
lame.
So I guess if you have a family, it's not.
What am I going to date my wife? What are you kidding?
Gross.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna answer that tonight. I'm gonna behave today. But yeah, I just figured I asked because I know that with the menu they have there and everything, it could probably rack up a family a whole hell of a bit. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. You're talking about when we go out, it's close to $100 just to get in the door, and then another 50 just to get refreshments, drinks and popcorn and candies and things like that, and then you're missing half the film walking people back and forth to the bathroom. So it's a movie theater experience for a family is not something that anybody is unless you're a Rockefeller, you're not going to do it. So, but they are the seventh largest theater chain in North America, and so they don't have quite as many as Sherry Redstone had. But I gotta assume now that was either part of the deal that they were looking for, or maybe not, or maybe they just didn't want that quality of theater, and they'd rather go with a name brand. But they're definitely no longer in the picture when it comes to purchasing. That they're Paramount. Jaded.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, thank you, sir, for being here. We appreciate you coming on. We know you're working on some videos and things like that to talk about, and we can't wait to find out what kind of stupid these movie makers are doing.
I might have to make a video explaining how third-party publishers were detrimental to Wizards of the Coast. But
Oh yeah, that would be one to look out for, guys, because it's definitely a topic we don't often talk about here, but we do sometimes talk about gaming and D&D and the whole industry and how things happen. So yeah, definitely look forward to seeing that video.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us in your day. Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
Okay, I'm gonna head out too, guys. Have a good one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Give him a second before you yell at him, because I know that's you're gonna.
No, I need to yell at him now while it's pushing my mind. Take care, guys.
Okay, you do that. Do you got a stream coming up later today, Miss 76? You want to tell anybody about
I don't think so. Although I would like to do a Hollywood conspiracy stream. I know Colson wanted to do that, so maybe we'll do that next Saturday.
it? Okay, yeah. We'll look forward to seeing it. I'll share the link once you put it up.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Take care.
So yeah, that's current POTUS, Joe Biden anti-merger since okay. All right, so that's that topic. Anybody else have anything to say about the Alamo Draft House in Sony?
I don't know.
Kitty, do you have anything similar, like not Alamo, but like anything similar in your country where you can
Oh
go
yeah,
get seated? What's it called
yeah.
there?
Okay, well, so in South Africa, there's like 2 or 3 cinema companies, and all of them have introduced like a tier of their services where you can order food and
Do
things
they
like
have
that.
backup generators?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
And
interesting.
and that's what they try to advertise, that we got generators, so it's fine. But there is always that pause between going from generator to going from normal power to generator. Anyway, so there's that. But then here as well, there's quite a few chains, and it's the same here. They've got here in United Arab Emirates, which is where I'm at. They have like a certain kind of cinema you can go to within their brand. You can go to a normal cinema within their brand, and then the top tier is like when you get waiters and waitresses coming to give you food and things like that. All of it's expensive. Even if you're going to just get normal popcorn and sit in a chair, it's expensive. So
Have you been?
yeah, we actually went to see Barbie at the luxury one, which was really nice. Like you have a full recliner, and you can just. We did bring our own. We did bring popcorn in from the confectionery stand thingy, but you could actually order within the movie, so it was really nice. But yeah, very costly.
Yeah, I went to a movie theater that served meals when I saw the Godzilla movie. Not -1. The other Shin Godzilla is what it was.
Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla. We saw Shin Godzilla, me and my son, at the movie theater, and the thing about it is that we had ordered food, and a lot of other people had ordered food. All of which we forgot this was a subtitled movie. And so through key parts, mainly the third act, all of the waiters were walking in front of everybody, collecting the bills and clearing the plates and things like that at the time when reading and paying attention to the dialogue, it was most important.
Really necessary.
And I wouldn't say it's good for a foreign film to have one of these diner restaurants.
Yeah, I feel like the waiters and things walking in front of people has not been an issue for me ever in these things, which is strange. It's more like in the normal cinema with people walking in front of me.
So are all the waiters dwarfs in?
I don't think it's just the way that it's so small. Maybe it's because as well, like just when I went to it, maybe they weren't full.
They were hiring from the Lollipop Guild.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's Wizard of Oz reference to the movie. We are the Lollipop Guild. It's all the dwarves, all the midgets, the short peoples.
I'm wondering how much Sony has invested in making money, as far as. Well, I mean, yeah, it's funny saying it like that, but
yes,
theaters they make their money off concession. Like that's really where they're making money. But Sony it looks like they're trying to get Columbia stuff on screens, and I don't know. I'm curious to know if maybe they screw with the system a little bit and lower concession prices to get people in to watch their movies. Like I don't think I don't know. I think it's interesting to theorize, but who's to say that Sony doesn't try to upend the theater business to get more butts in their seats?
Like half off popcorn when you come and see Madam Web.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay. So you control one side of the business so that you can.
Yeah.
You can
Concessions are cheaper with a ticket to a Sony movie rather than say a Paramount movie or something.
And they're making 100% of the ticket price. So places like AMC can't compete with that because they need to throw it on the screen, and they're not making that much money in the first couple of weeks anyway. So they can't really do anything on the opposite end. They can't give you cheaper tickets. They're going to have to, if they want to compete. Oh, that scared me. They're going to have to it could get messy, and the theater business is already kind of on the ropes.
I think
well, the way that it's structured is that the opening weekends of the films goes mostly to the theaters. It's like a 80-20 kind of a split of the ticket prices.
No, that's inverted.
Oh,
it's 80 to the studio, and then the longer it's in the theaters, it inverts the other way.
That is absolutely 100% what I was trying to say, and I got it wrong.
Okay.
But yes, you're right. The studios get all of the money up front, just about, and the longer the movie's in the theaters, the better it is for the theater itself.
Mhm, mhm.
Which means that if people continue to go see Inside Out 2, the theaters will be better off for it.
Right.
What
and they
hurt,
signed a 100-day deal for Inside Out 2 for theater exclusivity.
and that's when they back in the 2019 they started to renegotiate those types of things as to how exclusive it was going to be, how quickly they could turn it around and put it on streaming when everybody was moving to streaming, and that really put them in a bind, because it even if the movies did good the first 2 weeks, within 6 weeks now, some of these movies were going to wind up being on streaming as well, and what they called or they had that day and date thing happening.
What?
Which means that people could, like Wonder Woman, was it Wonder Woman, the second one, I believe it was, came out
1984
in theaters and on streaming at the same time, and nobody made any money. It did not increase their streaming views, but it definitely hurt the movie theaters when it came out, because people were not willing to go out and see it. So right now they're really in a hard place. If more theaters wound up doing what the Alamo Drafthouse did, then it might be a way of saving theaters. Sony has very distribution between
just
Apple,
partner up
Netflix,
with
Amazon
studios.
which
Yeah.
can also release.
So to what you were talking about, Sony had the worst of the VOD deals, because they had to wait 90 days before they could put anything on VOD. And now they have theaters. So it seems like they've circumvented the whole putting things on digital, and they're just going to make 100% of what's in the theaters now.
Mm-hmm. Plus, all of these companies are moving away from physical media as well.
Mhm.
So they're saving money because people aren't buying the digital media, and so if they don't produce it, they're not going to lose any money that way.
Right.
So it's good to have you here, Charles. Man, you got
Yeah.
you are Johnny on the spot. That's what I'm going to call you from now on.
I just had that on standby somewhere, so I feel like I'm worth something now.
I'm
He
ready
doesn't
to
like
go.
subtext in movies.
He doesn't like subtext in movies.
He doesn't.
No. What?
No, it's just a joke that's about people that are critical of films, apparently, or that look at box office. They look at box office numbers. That only look at box office numbers. They're never critical of the actual story.
It's something a right wing movie reviewer does.
What? Subtext?
Yeah.
No,
hates-
only looks
hates
at
box office
and looks at
numbers.
only the box office numbers.
Yeah, and there are other numbers to look at if you're just going to look exclusively at numbers.
Well, if you're looking at ratings that people have, whether it's on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, those can be skewed.
Yes.
Due to the extreme views on both sides.
Right.
Of any given issue. So they're not as reliable as they used to be.
Absolutely not. And Rotten Tomatoes keeps adding to that list of certified critics. And I know a handful of certified critics, and I wouldn't trust them to make me microwave popcorn, let alone suggest what is wrong or right about the technical aspects of film. So
would you trust them to make microwave macaroni?
Yes, that I would.
Okay.
Okay, so what about Grace Randolph, though?
I do not trust her.
No. Not that I could throw her, but I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. That's no. I used to use her as one of my sources for things on this stream, and it turned out she was shilling.
Oh yeah.
And she was chock full of misinformation or just flat out wrong, you know.
Who we
and
talking about?
we're talking about Grace Randolph.
Oh,
well.
that
Oh,
that broad. Ugh.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you one last question, results. Do you think that movie theaters should, to save money, I guess, do like a Thursday to like open from Thursday to like say Sunday? Because I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, nobody really cares about.
No, people go. People still go on Mondays and Tuesdays.
That's usually when they do their like discount prices too.
It's
Tuesday,
when
usually.
you know, the people who who hate crowds, they go
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Mondays.
Right.
And you know,
That's
people
a
who
point.
who really hate crowds go to the 12 noon showing on
Yep.
Mondays. And then they sit, you know, the different sections that they have the lower section, the higher section, and then the way up section. You will have one person sitting in the middle of each of those sections because they want to hear the stereoscopic sound exactly. And the one who's dead center in the middle of the theater is the first one to get there, and he's the happiest. Because he got there before the other assholes. So, no, there's a reason for it to be open. And you know what? I had a theater one time, speaking of assholes, I had a theater one time try to buy me off so they wouldn't have to show the movie to me because I was the only one in the theater.
That's not your problem.
No, it's the last showing of the night, and you're the only one in here. We'd like to go home.
That's nice.
Okay, you want a ticket for tomorrow? Like, no.
It's not only that
Spend money to get here.
to have that bulb running in the projector for one person, they're taking a hit on that.
Yes, it costs them money for me to
Yes.
see the movie, and
Those
I really
bulbs are expensive.
I enjoyed that. As part of Yes, I'm the guy in the middle who got there early. That's me on Mondays if you see me there. I'm the one not wearing a mask because I could care less. All right. I think we should probably spin the wheel a little bit here. And because it's
There we go.
Fox has been waiting for this all stream.
Well, I knew it would come up. It was.
If you guys don't know about this, Fox has got a detailed description of what's happening.
Okay, so this was it's a recent viral kind of situation where a girl was being street interviewed about different dating things, and at the end she was asked what's one move in bed that drives men wild, and then she said you got to put that hook on it.
You know what I'm saying? She's great.
It's become just like a social
phenomenon.
media phenomenon where like it spawned dozens, if not hundreds, of memes. She's become so
finding
famous.
caps.
Yeah, it's so funny. She's selling merch on it. But yeah, if you want to play it,
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
Yeah.
You'll see. It's
I'm
great.
sure you don't.
Oh, I'm
How many's on your roster?
There's only one I want. I love you, Pookie, forever.
How do you get over a breakup?
Only way to get over one is get under another. I whipped off this thing.
Don't miss. What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh,
That
you do? gotta give him that huck to it. Spit on that thing. You get me?
And that's when she.
Oh my god.
Yeah, drunk women.
Drunk Southern women.
Drunk Southern women. Yes.
No, hell no, I'm not gonna buy that broad's clothes. What's wrong with you?
Let's see. Yeah, the overnight internet sensation. I bet that's her dad. Known as the Tua girl has been found and identified by her first name, Haley, and she's making the most of her sudden fame
Yeah, just do it.
Look at that. She's printing up hats with Haktua on it. At least I hope it's the words.
She should sell jars of her spit.
No, and
Trademark that shit.
If some of these women can sell farts in jars,
yeah,
I believe she can.
But she shouldn't. She's not
can
that
drum
kind
up
of girl, okay?
2 ounces. I think she is.
No.
I think she is that kind of girl.
No,
there's a
she's
price
not
for
that
it.
kind of girl.
There's a price for it.
If she's getting over one by getting under another,
Right.
She is that type
Right.
of girl. You think she was just talking?
Yeah, I know that, but she's too genuine, man.
Too genuine. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure her dad taught her, like, hey, impress your husband or your boyfriend with a hawk tour, girl. like, what?
Hawk tour.
The fact that he's promoting it, he probably told her that's how to keep a man.
Yeah,
That's what you
can
got.
dry out, baby. Come on now,
Darling, you
I
got,
raised you.
I'm pretty sure she said, darling, you know how to keep your man? You got a hawk tool on it, you know?
I'm gonna get up. I'll be upset if she goes too far. Like that'll be too far.
Yeah, hawk
Like,
girl.
it's cute otherwise. But then if you're
the
gonna
thing
go
ab-
do actual spit,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. No, the thing about it is that has really become, what is it, the phenomenon, is not that they're taking it seriously, but that it's all gotten people to laugh. I've seen a lot of people mention on my Twitter feed anyway, about people, about like, it's amazing how it's brought people together and how helped them laugh. Not that they especially needed it at this time, but anytime that people can get together and have a laugh is something to celebrate.
Yeah.
Hey, where was she during COVID? 9/11.
Right?
Let me see. Here we go.
Oh, wait. Do you have any of the wait, let me see here. You do the thing. Ooh.
So there's the hat. Yeah, they
Hawk tour. She running for office?
Yeah, I'll
2024?
vote.
Look at that. Now, this machine right here behind her is it's an embroidery machine. So they're making the hats right there at the moment. And she's signing them. So all of the local boys are coming down to get a hat.
To her yard.
Will you spit on mine? So yeah, these are all one of a kind, handmade with the machine.
Hand signed
At the moment. And
by the Hawk tour girl.
Mm-hmm. You know, she should. I was telling Fox that she needs to open up an OnlyFans and do instructional videos, and she would make a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
You'd make a ton of money from people learning or just watching. So,
Do a TED Talk?
yes, absolutely.
Oh my god, she's gonna do a TED talk. That would happen. That
You
would
know,
so
yeah.
happen. I got famous, and then
How to
tell the
hawk
story.
tour?
She's gonna write a book.
If you can tickle your uvula, you'll get more spit.
Oh. But no, listen. Can I just say no phlegm? Okay, no phlegm. That's all I'll say.
Mm-mm.
You don't want no phlegm.
Slippy slidey.
How do you know that?
I've just had discussion.
She wasn't always married. She had girlfriends who talked to her about their nights out.
Okay. Well, all right. Good answer, Kate. That's a good answer.
It's a no-brainer. Phlegm is gross. Spit is okay. Phlegm is like what's going to get infected when you.
It's not going to dry out.
Also, that next topic's looking pretty good.
Here
Are
we
the
go,
kids in
one
the
more.
background? I'm sorry.
I got my headset on so they can't
Okay.
hear you guys. It's they're in danger of hearing me, is what it is.
Oh, you gotta give that funk. Spit all that night. Oh, you gotta give that funk. Spit all that
Music
night.
is amazing.
Spit all that night. 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 Oh, you gotta give that funk. Spit all that night. Oh, you gotta give that funk. Spit all that.
All right.
Degeneracy at its finest.
No.
Yeah.
That
If-
is not the finest. That is very average. Almost tame. for degeneracy.
Almost wholesome. Just to me, it's like
Yeah.
it's wholesome. Degeneracy.
I mean, it's not. You're right. It's not bad, but it's like now you're labeled the hot tour girl. I mean, I guess
she's leaning
My
into
mom
it.
is the hot tour girl.
I wonder who's the dad.
It obviously doesn't bother her. The what is it? The opposite of that is what is that? I forget. I can see the scene in my head, but it was a sporting events, and girl was very enthusiastic or whatever, and pulled up her shirt and flashed the crowd. And then that became kind of a social media phenomenon for a hot second. And then, but then she deleted all of her media, and then like went into hiding, whatever. And then I think later resurfaced, like making some kind of apology or something. So I mean, you can have two people on opposite ends of the spectrum.
WZ, there are sites where you don't have to imagine it, so see that in your head. Now flashing was a big thing in the 80s. You know, there were flashings all over the place, and nobody gave two bits about it. And this guy made a living off of it, going to beaches and you know, where these girls were wild, you know, and they made these wild videos, and until he got too close to the age limits of a certain state, and was like, "It's midnight. You're now 18."
Oh, okay.
And
no, that's what that brought it down. I think was an issue about time zones and whatnot.
Wasn't that the Girls Gone Wild thing?
Yes. Yes. That's what I wasn't saying. Where my kids were in earshot.
Oh.
I'll dance
Don't
around
give them
certain
things to
things so that somebody else will pick up on it.
Well, don't
and
dance
then-
around it with your kids around. That's for sure.
No. It keeps them from searching on their own, because I know they're at their electronics right now. So I don't want them going.
I mean,
Hey, you can play the song.
To be quite honest, I would say "Girls Gone Wild" was the start of true. That's like original
Have to get the door.
degeneracy. So
Wait a minute. What's that? Kitty has to get the door?
Get the door.
She has to get the door.
Who is at the door? Who is at the door? Is it chicken or something more? Got to answer the door. Got to answer the door. Who rang the doorbell? I need to know more. Who is at the door? Who is at the door? Is it chicken or something more?
Oh, she wasn't quick enough. Look at that. But yeah, that's that could be for the bingo game.
I heard the song.
Yes, well, you were at the door, so we had to play the song.
I almost made it, but I had to. Had to give the pizza, because it was pizza, to Gordon.
oh, you're copying me now on Super Sundays, ordering food, huh?
Did you order your food yet, Warren?
No, I'm still deciding. Don't know
You're
yet.
still deciding? Because I've got one for you.
Warren's hungry, got to eat some food. Some kind of delivery, that's what's the food. Barbecue beef or red beans and rice. Grilled chicken breast would be damn nice. Double-decker sandwich and a glass of tea. But don't be jealous, guys, it's all for me. Warren's hungry, got to see some food.
That woman created
Glass
a
of
strawberry
cheese.
with her
Did
mouth.
you say a glass of cheese, sir?
I think I did. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's looking like Smash Burger today, though.
oh, that would be good. I don't feel like pizza. I already had a burger today. I can't have pizza and a burger.
God damn.
You know, I wanted a Whataburger the other day, and my wife said, "We got Whataburger at home." And I had to make it. So that's doubly disappointing, because I'm the burger maker. So, but yeah. I'm working on one for when Gray has to mute his mic because of his dogs.
His dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got one coming for that. So and you can eat anything you set your mind to, Kitty. Oh, we've gone down that road. We're not doing it today.
Yeah, we're done. We've already done the hawk tour. We're done, yeah.
You just got to spit on it first. You can eat anything you want. Spicy chicken wraps.
No phlegm.
With some mayo and
No phlegm.
No phlegm. No phlegm.
Don't be putting that sort of.
So I've
infection in
heard.
that area. No, it's just hygiene.
Yes.
Who's Gene?
Hi, Gene.
Gordon's like, who's Gene?
Who's Gene? So yeah, there was that, and what's left on the wheel? Oh yeah, Disney not hiring the usual suspects. That's the last one.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
white people.
Yes, they are the usual suspects. They are using code words and not saying it out directly, but they've stopped hiring straight white men apparently. And the guy formerly known as Project Veritas did another one of his honey
James
traps.
O'Keefe.
James O'Keefe, yes, he did the honey trap. Undercover, filmed from a purse interview of somebody eating dinner, with what he thought was a hot date, but was an undercover reporter. And he spilled all the tea about how he and others like him, he was white, are not getting hired for positions of power and creative positions and writing positions at Disney.
Yeah. But specifically for him, he said that he feels like his his position, like his ability to advance in the company is either limited or capped at where he is now, which is pretty high. So I mean, there's that, but because of the color of his skin, and not because of the
content of his character.
Yeah, or his ability to do work. And he had mentioned how they have, they use code words, and sometimes they're even like outright just say that at Disney that they don't have, they will request to hire non-white people, but they're not hiring for white people. They're not casting white people. And these are writers, these are directors, these aren't just actors.
So what is this guy's role? What was his guy?
He worked in the legal department, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah,
He's a lawyer.
He's worked in the legal department. He said that they're more careful when they're using external communication, but that internal communication, they are more direct about being, promoting people and hiring and retaining people of color over white people. Is that some people's bonuses are tied to hiring and retaining people of color, specifically based off of the color of their skin.
The only thing is that this is not anything new. We've talked about this plenty of times before. Disney even has it. This is from the Disney website itself about the world of belonging and their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And if you are going to promote somebody for their the color of their skin, you are obviously going to not promote somebody because of the color of their skin. So they follow the idea that to fight racism, you must be racist in order to fight it. So yeah, the one in the middle who's dressed like a cattle baron is not going to get the job, where the man in the skirt and the hijab on top of his head, or whatever that's called, I don't know what it's called, he's going to get the job before that, especially if he identifies as a woman. So all of this stuff is there. It's in their content, it's in their,
it's not hidden.
It's not hidden at all, and how much money they're throwing towards it. But the fact that somebody like James O'Keefe is saying it has drawn attention to people who have been ignoring it or not seeing it.
which is
you know what's
sad.
crazy is the his story about how they didn't hire a half black person for a particular position because they weren't black enough, that they weren't like their character and skin color weren't black enough. And that I found just wild and crazy.
And you were going to say, Warren?
Oh, I was just gonna say it's kind of sad because, like, I get that they want diversity, but like, it's kind of like what the airlines are doing too, where it's like, oh, we're gonna hire people of color because there are not enough pilots. Well, well, now you're increasing the risk of a plane crashing or something happening. And like, I'm kind of the only hopers here that hopes Disney, you know, fixes stuff. But when I see stuff like this, it's just like, how can I defend something so asinine as this?
Well, you told the company line.
True.
Because you had to.
I found the bowling alley, Warren.
Thank you. Oh well, I won't. I might be going bowling. I won't be going bowling until about sometime in August. So if you really want to hear bowling,
Oh, that was the highlight of the show. I mean, it wasn't a very good show, I guess, because the bowling alley in the background was the highlight of it.
It's very memorable. We all wanted, like, the next time or the next few times you were on, we were like, well, what about the bowling?
Yeah, that's all anybody could talk about.
Maybe
Warren
we just like the art. We just like the ambience, the music.
Yeah. I mean, this doesn't quite do it,
no,
really.
it was too quiet. Mine was much louder. But yeah, it's just like seeing this stuff is like people. It's like involuntary. It's like, how do you not see that this is racist? Like, it's very weird. Like, how do you, like, I argued with someone the other day, a few months back rather, about how if they make the Fantastic Four multicultural, it's so stupid. Why? Why are you going to do this? Like, it's this.
But it's going to be influenced by Little Women, right? That was what they said they were going to do. Was
what?
So, yeah, Little Women is going to be one of the inspirations for the storyline in the Fantastic Four.
How recently was this? Is this before or after the fake election settlement?
I don't know that it's been disputed ever since, but it was before, I think. But what I've noticed about Disney is that they say things like, "We hear you, we understand, and we're going to be making changes," and then they don't. And they have, the one thing they've stuck to was this power of inclusion, everybody's story. That is the one thing that has been the through line in everything. Even when they were doing their, I don't know why they made this choice, but they made a choice that we've done television for X number of years. We own the American broadcast company. So when we're going to do this streaming service, let's hire a bunch of people that didn't work in TV at all and have them put together these shows.
That makes sense.
It made perfect sense for them.
To be fair, Rosales,
I don't want to be fair. No, go ahead, please.
But not to be fair, but I thought it was stupid that I get they wanted to use their in-house movie directors to do shows, but a movie director can't do a show. That's just stupid. So I agree with you there. Like, why are you gonna hire? Like, oh, we're gonna hire this person to do Falcon Winter Soldier, even though they're really a movie director. Like, what? They don't. No.
And the thing is that all of the creative decisions after filming, where they were doing reshoot after reshoot after reshoot, is based on executive notes. Okay, because the notes come down from on high. No, we need to do this. No, we need to do that. No, we need to do this. that character is a male. He's being too strong. Let's cuck him a little bit. Make him marry. Give him an alien. Say that. Yes. Everybody's really impressed with Nick Fury. Have all of his work done by illegal aliens. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll make that happen. And so these notes come down, and they make these changes, and it interferes with the actual storyline to where nothing is going on the way that it should, and the stories don't make sense. And you get shows like She-Hulk, where the ending is just them saying, you know what, we don't know where we're going. We're just going to wrap it up and say goodbye. And let's just have everybody eating at a picnic, and that'll be the end of the show.
Because it's their show.
And again, that comes from notes handed down, notes from on high. And Kevin Feige says, "We hear you. We understand what you're doing, what you're saying. So what we're going to do is we're going to add more executives to the shows, and they're going to be in control of the shows. And we're going to hire all of these brand new things that we've just discovered about showrunners who will be in control of the show."
I mean, what needs to happen, unfortunately, what's going to happen is this trend of like inclusivity and acceptance and all this stuff. Eventually, you know, the good old sayings, all good things must come to an end. And when they start to see that their wallets are just getting hurt by constantly being inclusive and constantly doing this, it has to happen. Like you eventually the green will beat everything, right? So, I mean, they'll do this for a set amount of years, but eventually it's like, are we making money? No, I think we're gonna have to go back. So it might not be right now, but it's gonna happen. Like
one day.
But up until last year, there's reason to believe that they were influenced to do this. They had a financial motivation to.
Oh, I'm not saying it's gonna happen next year or the year after.
Well, yeah, they need to suffer for a bit for them to make changes.
Yeah, I as someone who likes, everybody here knows I support Marvel projects. They're gonna have to suffer, and unfortunately, I've come to that realization. So
they have bled their revenue stream dry, and when I say bled their revenue stream dry, I'm talking about the parks, and they have started to make the exact same kind of changes at the parks, and these things are not going over too well, and they've increased the prices on the parks because the parks are no longer making the kind of money. So the financial hit is happening in real time, and they've started raising the prices of the parks. So people are no longer going. And when those things are no longer making up money to cover themselves and everything else, they will be in a hard position, which is why they're starting to try to mitigate that. They think that
what's really crazy about that increase? What's really kind of crazy about the increase in price for Disneyland, Disney World, is they will advertise it as a feature. They will advertise it as a way to decrease the waiting time in lines and such, because fewer people can afford to go. So they will actively say, like, there are too many people at the parks. Let's raise the price, and then we'll actually get. They advertise this as a win to their base. It's really kind of crazy.
Well, yeah. What's really kind of crazy is now that in California, especially, with the $20 an hour minimum wage, we're going to probably have to. That's probably why they're working on all those animatronics. The robots that walk on their own. You're going to have one person who's going to be able to control all of the entertaining puppets that are walking around and entertaining people, so that you don't have to pay the minimum wage.
Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, it's going to come to a head pretty quickly, I believe, possibly quicker than we think, because the Hulu deal is now falling apart in a way that that they have not anticipated.
They all learn this. Netflix is the only one that's really dumping money and constantly redumping money. Short term for streaming just hasn't been working out for people.
Yes. Yes.
Now, it's really actually very dumb for all of these content makers to be into the content distributing game, because the best way for a content producer to make money is to sell their content to distributors.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
they do that
and
with
usually to
licensing and
multiple.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's
but the
not
thing
first
is
time,
that
that's not the first time that the distributor and the producers, content makers, have tried to come together. You look at Viacom and Comcast; both started off as the delivery vehicle for the companies that they ultimately swallowed up. You know, you have.
It's not long-term sustainable, though. It's not.
No,
it's short-term.
It's vertical integration is what they're trying to do, subverting the whole monopoly idea.
Well, and the thing is, what you can argue they're trying to do is cut out the middleman, save some money, but at the same time, by doing that, you're opening yourself up to all of the risks that and financial risks that distributors have, and that is the feature of being a content maker, is so that you can make different deals with different distributors, and if they go under, if they have problems, you're not affected.
Yeah, but Disney already has the distribution system in hand. They distribute other companies' movies through their Buena Vista or whatever it is nowadays that they distribute movies. So they can distribute the movies themselves. They don't have the theaters yet, but they make the money from the other things, which is what they learned from Marvel, is that you can make the money from the toys. You don't have to necessarily make the money from the films. And they've killed that as well, because you can go to these bargain stores and they are chock full of these Marvel and Disney toys that are no longer selling. They put a death nail in oh geez, what's the company's name I'm thinking of?
Ollie's is
Ollie's is where you can find them, but I'm talking about the company that makes the toys.
Hasbro.
Yes, Hasbro. I couldn't get Hanna-Barbera out of my mind.
No, Hasbro. Yeah, they've made that statement. They're like, we're not a toy company anymore. They don't want to be making toys, which is crazy. Hasbro not making toys.
Yeah, well, Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, and they've been trying to lock that. They even had a film company as well. They were trying to build their own Hasbro cinematic universe, and they wound up having to sell that. So
part of the problem that happened is that their president, Hasbro president, very tragically passed away. He was sick. He never told anyone. He didn't line up any successor or transition at all, and then said, "Oh, I'm sick," and then died 2 days later. But he had been sick for a long time.
Talk about going out on your own terms.
And then they promoted some guy from Wizards of the Coast to be the president of Hasbro, and so that he's trying to run all of Hasbro like Wizards of the Coast, which, I mean, Wizards of the Coast has been in trouble for years, so he's driving Hasbro, off a cliff.
The problem is with all these streaming platforms, they've not even had these cable cutters 10 years, and they're already making it themselves obsolete, because if you want to have Disney, Amazon, Netflix, and whatever, guess what? You're paying for cable, and cable, you just have everything, rather than
That's what cable was,
right? So they've managed to undo whatever was attractive about
streaming.
I agree with you, Charles. And what I was going to piggyback on that, was before we would get like 10 episodes of something instead of waiting weekly. Now streaming services have done the whole weekly thing just to retain the subscription, which is kind of defeating the purpose.
Well, there's a twofold thing for the doing it weekly as opposed to binging and dropping everything at once. All of the almost all of them now have a ad tier Okay, which means they have advertisers, and those advertisers don't benefit from a series dump. Okay, they benefit from people coming back week after week. So instead of people watching and binging, and then getting all of your advertisers in on one day, they want you to come back every single week now, and they're leaning more and more towards the ad-supported versions. As a matter of fact, Amazon itself has just decided, screw it. Amazon Prime is now freebie, only freebies on its own, without you paying for it. Amazon Prime is now a paid tier that has advertising in it. So you still have to pay for it. You're still paying over $100 a year annually for it, 120, 130, 100. Who knows how much it is wherever you're at.
I think the floor is $9.95.
Yeah,
with the commercial.
And then
a month, excuse me.
You can opt out by paying extra. For the ads, and you still don't lose your free shipping, which is what got everybody in the first place. So everybody's now back to doing that, and they're starting to bundle with each other and huddle together for safety's sake, so that okay, if we group these streamers together, they don't have to leave each other for each other, and they can start trying to play musical chairs with their releases. And
I saw on Prime this weekend. Oppenheimer is now on Prime. It's not. It hasn't even been a year yet, and Universal isn't playing that on Peacock. Like, why is it already off of Peacock? What are they doing? It hasn't been a year since it was released.
And they've gone back to the. You remember when they first started doing that, and they started saying, "Well, Hulu's doing so well together. We're going to create our own streaming and pull everything. We have all of our content." Well, they got all their content, but nobody's watching it, and they're hemorrhaging money back and forth. Oh, we'll build this brand new thing, and we'll have all of the cowboy women and girls as they watch this Yellowstone.
Hey, love it.
They loved it, but there was that many people. So they're still losing money because they have to spend all this money. It's like, okay, now we're going to start sending it out here and there. We're going to go back to what we were doing before. Now it's going to show up on Hulu. Now it's going to show up on Amazon, and Amazon's like, yeah, we've got the deep pockets, so we'll pay for that, and we'll pay for this, and then we'll pay for this DEI show. And we'll throw a bone to all of the Republicans with Reacher, and we're gonna try to feed everybody. And
what do you guys think of the Apple's shows? Like, the Apple's definitely exclusive, right?
Yes, but you know what? The Apple TV doesn't have to worry about people subscribing, because if you have an iPhone, you've got it. They're like they're like Prime in that sense. If their audience is locked in, So, if
I was going to say,
not the Plus. You have access to Apple TV, but Apple TV Plus is where they have their like Masters of the Air and things, right?
Yeah. Like I know we. I'm not an Apple person. My husband is, but I know that we watch like Severance and stuff through that.
No, but you get a certain amount of time. You get a certain amount of time when you get a contract on a new phone. The way they cycle through the phones, the contracts re-up, and eventually it's going to be like leasing a car. And you
nothing
stuck. Oh, but Kitty, you were saying about your husband something.
He's an Apple person. That's all.
Oh, I decided I'm going to order sushi today.
Sushi, yay! That's nice and healthy.
Well, if you knew sushi like I knew sushi, who's old enough to remember that song? Nobody? Okay.
No.
I am hideously old. Hideously old.
You are hideously knowledgeable. That's
no, I've just
we're hideously ignorant. There you go.
Thank you, Kitty, for the backup.
It was a good idea.
But yeah. So yeah, there may be somebody out there who decides that they want to sue Disney for reasons about employment, and they have the capability of turning it into a class action lawsuit, which could mean a very, very big payout, which means that Disney's going to be paying out a lot of things if that happens. Don't know that it will. Not predicting that it will. But if it happens, they're already paying too much for Hulu anyway, and they decided, that when they initially decided to do that, and they bought Fox for way too much money, they thought they were going to get in at whatever it was worth at that time, and now Hulu or Comcast, I believe, is saying, no, it's worth a lot more. And your ratings are right up there with Tubi, so you need us more than we need you. And they're saying, no, we think it's only worth about this much. We're willing to pay you $5 billion, and that's it. So now it's gone to mediation, and a third-party banking association is going to be coming up with a final number, which is somewhere between the $5 billion that Disney wants to play and the $48 billion that Comcast says Hulu's worth. And it'll be right there, maybe 25, 26, somewhere around there. I'm not making any predictions. This is not any financial statements. If you own stock in any of these companies, don't rest your laurels on what I'm saying. I'm just an old man in a chair. But it's going to be ugly for them when the bill comes due. And they're also sitting on the fact that within 2026, DC and Marvel mainstay characters will start to drop into the public domain. So the exclusivity for what they had these things for in the first place will no longer be there for the eldest characters of them all. And
such as?
Well, you got your Captain America. You got the Human Torch on his own, not a part of the Fantastic Four, the original Human Torch. Namor, but that's not something. Namor is not one they own. I think Universal owns Namor.
Namor. Oh.
Namor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was really stupid. Yeah. But, Charles, you got anything else to add?
Oh no.
No,
I don't think so.
I was hoping you would correct me or bring in some more information that I didn't have.
I don't know much about like value with Hulu. I don't know how that valuation counts because they don't release information on like their ratings
they're not
and stuff. So
they're not transparent.
I don't
know. They're not a privately traded company. I mean, they're not a publicly traded company. They're privately owned by the three different companies that came together to put it together.
Yeah,
and,
it's like two now, right?
It's only two now. Yes, it was Fox, Comcast, Universal, and Disney. They all teamed together to make the Hulu thing happen.
And if Comcast is saying that Hulu's worth $50 billion,
or close to it, 48, 42, somewhere around there.
Does that include the Fox library that they have in there?
Well, the Fox library is now owned by Disney. So, they bought up Fox Television from Rupert Murdoch, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And Disney got all the TV stuff except for certain things like the news,
right?
And Tubi, which they're not. Tubi is ranked right up there in ratings as far as streaming views is concerned.
What I understand, what I understand is that he used the money from the Fox buyout to buy Tubi.
Yes.
So he bought an existing streaming network and then didn't fiddle with it too much and is able to, so I mean, that's the way to do it instead of, it proved to have been financially sound anyway.
It's very financially sound because the filmmakers I know are using their Tubi money to make more content for Tubi. The ad revenue coming in for these no budget movies that are showing up on Tubi is incredible for the independent filmmaker and for the auteur, if you will. And my only auteur, a auteur, the auteur that's out there. Tubi has lubricated their pockets.
No phlegm.
No phlegm. No phlegm. No phlegm. That's right. That's right, Janati. So yeah, they're paying out big. They are paying out big to these small guys, and which means that they're pocketing a lot more because of the way the whole studio system and the distribution system and the payout system works. Is that the little guy gets very, very little, while the big guy gets a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why there's like 10 producers and everything you see.
Yeah,
you don't need 10 producers,
right?
That's money. Yeah. That's just money in people's pockets.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. Tubi's making enough money to pay people to make more movies and content. It's like being Hallmark without investing in the movies themselves. Hallmark is a machine, man. They are a machine, and we're right at about that time where they're going to go into high production. June and July in
Christmas?
Vancouver is money walking, and for actors in Hallmark films. So, but I digress. What was my main point that I was making? Disney's not making any money. They're just paying producers and people to be black. So that's what it seems like. So
they should just buy BET.
BET. Why isn't that more popular?
Isn't that Paramount? That might be.
Whoa.
I think Paramount owns BET.
Yes, and I think they're going to finally sell it to Byron Allen. So.
Oh.
That'll be exciting. When Byron Allen takes over BET and does what he wants to do.
Byron Entertainment Television?
Yes, the Allen Entertainment Group is worth some money.
Thank you. I mean, if you want to have non-white executics, that would probably be the first company you would think.
Yeah, and
it's in the name.
Yeah,
they Paramount.
We could make WET, White Entertainment Television, just the Wet Network.
That's CNN. The Paramount has been refusing to sell BET to the Allen Group for a long time now. And he even offered publicly, sort of, almost offered up to $30 billion for the entire kit and caboodle of Paramount.
He's got money like that?
It's not that he got money like that. He can get money like that. And that's his point, is that he can get money like that, and he knows how to deal with the FCC because he has stations all over the country, including the Weather Channel, I believe he's got. So he can do stuff with BET.
Yeah, I was on his panel. He has this like comedian show where it's like an old school version of Byron Allen and 4 comedians, and I was on one of them. It shows you how good that program was. I was
awesome.
So
shows that I was right to have somebody send you the link.
Mm-hmm.
We got to hook up with you on the Twitter so I can make sure you get a link whenever you feel like slumming it.
Am I slumming it? I don't know if I'm slumming it.
He slums it on Thursdays with us, so maybe that's using up too much of his slum points.
Yeah, the point is that Disney is going to be feeling that pain a lot sooner than they expect.
Oh yeah, especially with the box office. The 2023, they really took it in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did forget to mention, because I mentioned your YouTube career and such when I was trying to shill you, but Charles is also a stand-up comedian.
Oh, I was a stand-up comedian for a while.
Really?
Yes.
For how long?
I was about 10 years. But I did clean comedy, so I was only working in the coffee houses and the occasional church. You know, I did
clean.
I did clean comedy and magic, but my magic was mentalism, which got me thrown out of a lot of churches. You don't want to be bending spoons.
You could have worked
at church.
cruises too.
I could have, but my family was just starting up, and my son was born with cancer, and I had to drop a lot of stuff I was trying to do. So, and you know what? I wouldn't change any decision I made in my life. So there. On cue with the music. But you know, the where was I again? Oh yeah, that's right. I was also an exotic dancer, and I made a lot of money doing that until I lost
Dancer
weight.
for money.
There's the comedy. Do you hear that?
Until I lost weight.
Until I lost the weight.
Kitty,
Yeah.
you stepped on his punchline.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm used to that at coffee houses.
I sang on your punchline.
But that's you know, that's as dirty as I got right there.
Mhm.
When it came
I
to
envy
telling
you.
jokes.
I cannot go with that. I can't be clean. I just can't. Too nervous.
You, Charles, yeah.
I did this magic routine at a nightclub one time. It's the first time I'd ever done a routine, a magic routine, at a place that had bouncers that had weapons.
Wow.
Okay, and you know, it was a really, really dangerous place, and you know, the audience, it was kind of like playing the Apollo, is what it was like, because they were very, very intrusive, and it was lots of fun because I was doing mentalism, and so I had this lady volunteer come on stage, and I gave her a deck of cards, and I turned my back to her and started giving her instructions. Peel the plastic off the top, pull the cards out, throw the joker away, throw the instructions away, make sure that all of the cards are still in order, and then you can shuffle them. And while I'm doing this, she's struggling to get it open, and it's not open at all. Okay. And so I started going through these instructions all the way through to the end of choosing a card, you know, picturing it in your head, showing the audience, none of which is happening at the time.
And
So
nobody bothers.
it's very
that's
scary
hilarious.
movie because the audience is yelling and pointing their fingers and telling me how she doesn't have it, you know, and it's not working right. And so eventually I tell her to, you know, once she's got it memorized and she showed the audience, put the card in the package and close it back up. And I turn around and I was like, wow, you're fast. And I took the cards away and I put them in my back pocket. At which point I pointed to what was behind me this entire time was a giant playing card with my face on it. Okay. And tell everybody that I made a prediction that I would be able to name her card well before we got started. So there's my prediction on the wall. She hasn't even chosen a card at all. Nobody has seen a card, right? And then I pull out an envelope with $100 check in it. If I get this wrong, she gets to have the check. At which point she vocalizes and says, okay. Right? And I say, tell me what your card is. And she tells me what her card is. It's the 3 of hearts. And the audience is like, that ain't it. That ain't it. And I give her an opportunity, as most magicians will do, give her an opportunity to change her mind and pick a different card, right? That's what they do to kind of build up the thing. Oh, look, he thinks he's got it wrong, right?
Monty Hall thing, right?
It's a Monty Hall thing. Yes, exactly. So then she tells me what the card is, and the color runs from my face, and I'm like, say again? You know, the whole Jurassic Park type of reaction. And she's like, yep, that was it. 3 of hearts. That's my card. And so I said, well, let's take a look at what I thought it would be. And I turned the card around, and it's the 3 of hearts. And the place went nuts. I mean, that was my big finish. That's
awesome.
Particular thing. And I'll tell you off stream how I did it. But they loved it. It was a great crowd. Nobody got shot. Nobody threw anything at me. I've been at some clubs where they would throw bottles at you and things like that. You know what I'm talking about. People get rowdy when there's alcohol at a comedy club, and it can be pretty. And that's part of the reason why I did clean, was because I didn't want to get hurt. Because a lot of people will take magic and think, well, you're trying to make a fool out of me.
Take it up, but yeah.
I've opened for mentalists that did R-rated stuff, and some of it, like I don't know. I've never really discussed any of that aspect with any of them, let alone whether or not you would know the answer. But there are a couple times where they would make like the people that were on stage go to the bathroom and put their bra over their shirt and things like that. And it didn't seem like they were aware of what they were doing, but it was
everyone else.
It was quite. They were quite embarrassed after the fact. So the thing I could say is I knew they weren't plants. So I'm intrigued.
Yes, I did open up on MSK's stream. I definitely went blue right there, but there was no danger of me being hit by a bottle and being jumped in the parking lot for making somebody look stupid on stage. It's a whole lot different being on stream than it is being in real life in front of people. The bounces will only go so far, and then they got to deal with the rest, everything else. I hadn't listened to Eminem's new track.
What is this? The Houdini?
Houdini, yeah.
I haven't heard it.
I have not heard it. No. But yeah. What was I talking about before I got distracted by magic? Oh yeah, food. Did you get your food yet? Did you order your smash burger?
No, I got
sushi.
I'm getting sushi today.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember now.
I think we were talking about the sale or the Hulu sale.
Yeah, they're still bleeding. It's worth $48 billion, but Disney only wants to buy it for $5 billion. That's what.
Yeah, and eventually, what's going to happen is once the sale goes through for whatever amount of money it is, Hulu will be rebranded most likely as Disney Plus, and they'll try to ride that to say that, hey, we've made a profit on streaming. We didn't lie to our investors at all during our battle for the chairs.
But, well, I will say the deal with Max, which I know is a project for the most part. I can't go into details, of course. That will be kind of what Charles was hinting to earlier about how you would go. Like, the fact that you're going to get Hulu, Disney, and Max. I mean, if more companies do that, that would... Cable. I mean, basically have cable instead of these... Like, if Netflix partner with Amazon, that would be a huge win for them, but they won't do it.
Well, Netflix is partnering with somebody. They're going to be doing their own streaming bundle as well, because it's the safest bet against what they call churn, okay? Viewer churn is when you go from one streaming service to another and just kind of binge on what they've got at the time. And with so many streaming services out there, it can take a long time before they get back to the one that lost them.
What did they pay for Monday Night Raw? $5 billion? Was it that much?
It's $5 billion a year for. No, wait, no, I'm wrong. It's $5 billion for the first few years, whether it's 5 or not. But there's an option to continue after 5 years, and that option would bring in another 15. So it has the potential of bringing $20 billion to WWE in the long run. But again, they could cancel it at any time, I guess, or cancel it afterwards. But they do have an option to extend it. But yes, $5 billion.
They have to click
live.
Cancels your subscription. Sorry, live weekly.
live weekly television by whales. That's what I'm calling them. It's the people that are diehard that will never fail. Okay, those are your people that continue to watch ESPN because of sports. Okay, wrestling fans are diehard. They buy the pay-per-views or they watch. They stay on Peacock simply because it's $10 and you get all the wrestling you want. If you're WWE fans, now they're going to have to go over to Netflix to get those things because the Netflix is paying for that. And I think they're also there's something going on with UFC as well. I'm not sure on that right now. It's kind of cloudy in my head.
Well, yeah, they're all the same company, right? Aren't they?
Yes,
UFC and WWE now.
Endeavor owns the company that owns WWE.
TKO.
TKO, yeah. So it's what they're guaranteeing themselves is like the people who watch wrestling are now going to not cancel their Netflix subscriptions and because they've already stopped them from stealing it from their parents. So now they've got to pay for it themselves and they're going to do it and they're going to watch it. And because they've got their ad supported tier, they're going to get double paid for it. And, so it's Netflix is making all the right decisions. Rupert's playing it safe, and everybody else is trying to stick it to everybody else at the same time.
Can I add that Netflix also keeps producing original content or taking on like projects that people wouldn't even dare look at? Like the fact that we're gonna get season 2 of Squid Game when I heard that script got denied by several studios that nobody wanted it, and it's kind of funny. You get you're kicking yourself in the foot because you're like, well, we could have played Squid Game on Max, but we thought, oh, this was a dumb idea. Why would anybody want to watch it? So it's kind of like Netflix is.
They have a lot of stinkers though.
The original Squid Games was produced for Korean television,
right?
And Netflix bought it, and that's what they considered themselves an original series. Is things that they bought, and a lot of people bought stuff like that because of the actors' strike, and they've hedged their bets that stuff wouldn't get produced, and we can't just throw a bunch of game shows on there like we did the first strike.
That reality version of Squid Game, it was awful.
Yes, yeah,
it was terrible.
So yeah,
nobody died.
Even though they solved the situation with the actor strike, you're still going to see over the next few months some international viewing stuff happening in streaming and whatnot. So a little more of the British Miss Marple, if you will. So.
I'm sorry I missed the boys discussion earlier.
Well, we all said it sucked. That's what happened.
Yeah, no one disagreed.
What you really missed was
way too political, and it sucks.
You missed the intro with Kitty seeing something horrible. That's what you missed.
Oh, I mean, I've seen her reaction.
Have you shown Kitty the Sid Vicious when he?
That's actually what she screamed at.
From? Yeah.
She saw it on her own while we were on stream. We told her about it, and Gray warned her not to watch it, and she pulled it up on her phone or whatever it was, and she just screamed her head off when she saw it. And somebody started, I think it was Warren, yelled, "Clip that! Somebody needs to clip that!"
Oh yeah, I did.
And so we clipped it, and now she's a permanent part of the of the introduction.
I'm glad I get
played on screen. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, that's where she's at now, and different things we're going to throw up there.
What have you shown so far?
We showed her screaming at that. We saw her screaming at at the Sid Vicious thing initially. I added that in the week after, and then after that, there was a midget wrestler who was kicked off the off the edge of the thing onto somebody. So I don't have that one. I delete these to make room for the new content here. StreamYard limits me or what I can have and what I can't have. Otherwise, I would go back and show you that intro. So,
It's,
yeah, guys,
it's available on this on the channel, I suppose.
yes, you can go to last week and just watch the opening and ruin the ruin my what is it, the algorithm or something like that.
Ruin
Ruin it?
Well, you know, if you're only
If you
watching
don't
the
watch
first
the
5
whole thing,
seconds,
yeah.
if you're only watching the first 5 seconds of it, my viewer retention will go down. But go ahead and watch that; it'll be fun.
It's
but guys,
not too big a deal. I'm sorry.
No, it's not too big of a deal. But I think we've gone farther than we've ever gone before. It's we need to go ahead and wrap this up and get going on with our day. And Kitty needs to get some sleep and go back to monster hunting.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been doing it the whole time. But yeah.
I know you. We know you have.
I'm
If
gonna-
you haven't been streaming, you can go back to streaming it. So.
I got to prep for a show later today with Anzo.
Oh wow! Okay, good deal.
Oh yeah,
Good
I'm gonna I'll talk about it once we close out. It's fine.
You don't want to tell the audience about it?
Oh no, I thought because I know we have to go around. That's why the table.
Oh, okay.
Start.
Oh, yeah.
we start with you.
Yeah, we'll start with you.
Oh, so we're gonna be talking about the best masterpiece out there right now, Acolyte Roundtable. So that's gonna be the next Scorsese.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we're gonna be. We're gonna be talking about episode 4, and then also potentially.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
House of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, and House of the Dragon watch party potentially. So that's what's gonna be happening.
All right, we look forward to seeing that.
Awesome.
And Fox, what have you got going on this week? Awesome, Kitty. What have you got?
No,
Going
wait, no, sorry. My son is explaining how you can't multiply two-dimensional vectors. So
that's always tough on the kids.
Anyways, and so
I heard him in the background. That's not the point. I love that.
Yeah.
That discussion.
But no, yeah, I've got
Parents
something in the
don't
works.
understand.
It'll be a video. Hopefully, it'll be released this sometime this upcoming week.
Nice.
And then otherwise, got Kitty. The Thinkers on Thursday on Kitty's channel.
Mm-hmm. That's
the Fox Root theme.
Song.
Yeah.
You should make your little guy dance for this.
Oh, yeah. Does he have the animation? He doesn't have the animation for that, I don't think.
That bright tail. There we go. Nice. It will.
And what is our resident princess going to be doing this week?
Oh yes. So I'm going to be doing another diagramming of what's it, House of the Dragon? Season 2, episode 2 is going to happen. Can't wait for that. Actually, I should probably go to bed soon so that I can wake up early and watch it.
I'll join
yeah. Oh, well, when are you doing that? Because it'll be 5 a.m. my time.
Oh, no.
No, it'll be the same time that everybody gets it.
Midnight?
Yeah, whatever time it is.
Oh no, wait.
No, it's 9
p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
for us.
8
Oh,
p.m.
okay.
Central. 8 p.m. Central.
All right.
Yeah, so I
Warren
watch
Standard
it as
Time.
soon as it comes up, which is 5 a.m. for me.
All right, I'll hit you up on Twitter.
On the Twitters. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to probably game on weekends if I have that free. And yes, of course, on Thursdays. Every Thursday, we're doing a thing. And Rosales, Warren, you guys are always welcome. we are usually a full house, but especially when it comes to Gothic phone, we need everybody enjoying it. But yeah, that's it for me.
Warren, I forgot to play your music when you were talking.
Okay. I mean, thanks. Woo. Yeah. So that's all I got. I'm supposed to be. I can officially work back out after being sick, so that's
nice.
Great.
That's
Released.
awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
They let
that's
you out.
all I got planned.
That's awesome. Charles, I don't have a theme for you yet. So you can have Austin's. He hasn't shown up, so we'll give you his. Austin, he hasn't shown up. He showed up once. Been dying to show up, but he something always comes up, so we don't know anything about him.
Okay, it works. He's a panelist.
What happened with Nate?
Where is Nate?
Nate had to move, or I don't know if he had to, but he wanted to move, and he hasn't finished moving house yet.
Okay.
So he hasn't even been streaming either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can imagine. All right. Cool. I hope he's okay.
Okay, and so if you end up making a theme for Charles, make sure you incorporate scrambled eggs.
You need the lore for that.
Okay.
It's just a rumor.
Yeah, we got to talking about how to do comedy in the songs. Great.
You know when it's a flop. It works, huh?
Yes.
So on Willis Radio,
yes,
Gray and I, and Lindsay, tomorrow Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're discussing the weekend that was in the box office, which is Inside Out 2 again. And a couple of other things. And I think we didn't have Lindsay last week, so we're going to be talking about The Acolyte because that's what everybody's doing.
It's a masterpiece.
I don't think it's worth any of the discussions, to be honest with you. Good or bad. And then obviously Thursday over on That Darn Kiddish channel for Thinkers.
Awesome. I know you were trying to hear the Jaded Fanboy theme when he was talking.
Distraught.
He's tired of the cliches, tired of the tropes of explosions and
It's amazing what comes out when you type in glam rock.
It does sound a little Skid Rowy.
Skid Rowy.
Well, you're talking about high-heeled boots and long hair and glitter and leather pants. That was my favorite.
Oh yeah, Bob was a no-show this week.
No, he was here. You missed him.
He was.
He had to bail.
Well, he wasn't here for me, damn it.
Well, we weren't here for him either, so it kind of worked out.
It worked out, I guess. Okay.
And then there was Gray's theme music that we didn't do.
No.
There's some screaming though.
It sounds so radio.
So mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah, if I didn't hear the words, I wouldn't know that it's
about Gray.
Skynet that made it. Yeah.
Yes, Skynet is ruining everything. So. But yeah, guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Glad you stayed. And we've got to wrap this up.
Thanks for having us.
No,
Yeah,
it's always
thanks.
good. We will catch you guys next week and make it a great Sunday out there.
In your eyes 風がそっと囁きつけて君と過ごす未来描くよどんな困難さえ乗り越えてそばにいたいから決して終わらないラブストーリー君の